Good evening, Warband, and welcome to Tech Talk Tuesday, the second Tech Talk Tuesday. Artistic integrity, AI. Yes, I am going to see how many different ways I can factor AI into the title. Giving speed to Hedok Tedese and Young Buddha II. Welcome, welcome. Also, it looks like my computer fan is going crazy in the background. I'm not sure how much I can do about that, to be honest. We shall see. Yeah, that might do it. So, today we will probably be having other guests coming on very soon. So, for now, what's the deal with AI and artistic integrity? Hanok, how am I doing? I'm doing alright. Alright, back to work. So, still at the grind. But, well, actually, apparently I have learned that using your AI waifu to make you money on OnlyFans is not possible. There's no such thing as anime or VTubers on OnlyFans, so to everyone who was looking forward to that, sorry, I'm going to have to disappoint you for now. You're going to have to get your purple anime titties somewhere else, though I am working on it. Shinobi1, welcome. Jim Alexander, welcome. So, in particular, AI art it's taken off like crazy. Like, there are now whole memes about remaking various properties as 80s dark fantasy films. Purely done by, I believe it's all Midjourney. Where is AI waifu with Jack Murphy's voice? I have AI waifu and I have Jack Murphy's voice, but the two are not meant to go together. AI apps now limited me to 7 generations of 4 images per day. Usually save 2 of those for for titty pictures. Well, if you're using them on your phone, that's one thing. If you're using Stable Diffusion, then it's really just a question of how good's your graphics card and how patient are you. Well, and now with like 11 Labs becoming more popular with AI voices, well, I'm sure that a bunch of you are familiar with this voice in particular. I'm sure you've heard this at least once if your feed looks anything like mine.
Good evening, Warband. Welcome to the Grey Ghost Tuesday Tech Talk.
That's right, I copied Dagoth there. Does my AI not like me make sexy anime? Oh no, Shinobi one. My AI allows me to make sexy anime. It's just that OnlyFans does not allow me to monetize sexy anime. Very, very specific difference there. Also, I'm peaking like crazy. You need your AI Puniti? I can't show that on stream. One moment though, like if y'all need a little bit of thirst, I can satisfy a little bit. This was going to go up on the Instagram, but that's now redundant. So here, let's add a little something on the screen. Oop, not that one. Here we go. That. And in here. And here. Here. And yeah, this one's safe for work. There you go. And like, yeah, so to register on OnlyFans, they require you to have some sort of social media presence. So I created an Instagram for the waifu to kind of justify that. But yeah, they still rejected it. So it's going to be dead for a while at least. We'll see whether if there's demand for it, maybe, but might end up putting everything on Subscribestar instead. Yeah, Mao, like I searched OnlyFans, there's nothing under anime on OnlyFans, nothing under VTubers on OnlyFans. So I'm pretty sure that that's the reason why they want you to have an active Instagram and or Twitter, and B, I think they want you to have your actual face being what goes up on the profile. I don't know. They gave me somewhat vague reasons for the rejections. Basically, like, you didn't fulfill these requirements. Like, well, okay. I mean, hey, look, if you can't see Project Melody on OnlyFans, then I'm pretty sure that they're not into the whole waifu VTuber scene. Which just means that I get to go to a different one, and I'm 90% sure Subscribestar allows you to put not safe for work stuff behind your paywall. So if that's what it takes to get regular subscribers, then so be it. All right, and it looks like we have OK Lord in the background, so we're going to bring him on. Welcome, welcome, OK Lord. You are live.
Hello there. How's everyone doing today?
Let's just get your avatar back on. Looks like chat's having fun. Shinobi ones. Yeah, Shinobi one's got it. Saw someone post a picture of an OnlyFans hose getting denied access to the States because, and in quotes, she's a prostitute.
Beautiful. That's how it should be.
I mean, like, let's be honest. Like, trying to enter the States via customs? That's not how you enter the States. You go to Mexico, across the border, like everyone else.
Yeah, do what my family did. We already brought some of my relatives from Mexico, being serious. And now they're citizens after 2 months. Easy peasy. Hire a coyote.
Faster, more easily approved, and you're more likely to get free housing and health care.
Yeah, why do things legal? I mean, I'm not, encouraging it, but I'm just saying.
Oh, no, but it's not. We're not encouraging it. We're asking a legitimate question. Why should you do things the legal way when you are actively punished for it and rewarded for doing things the illegal way?
Like it's being promoted.
Yeah, I mean,
conspiracy theory, though.
Like, let's be honest. If drug dealers were not only not busted but given a list of clients and said that, yeah, you don't have to pay taxes on your income if it's drug dealing, then could we really blame people for doing such a thing?
Nope. Why not? I mean,
However,
come on. Let natural selection take over. Enough. That's how I see it. I had enough of this. Oh, you want criminals coming to your neighborhood? Go ahead. I'm okay with the fucking collapse. Sorry if I cursed, but not to curse.
Yeah, no, honestly, though, that's probably the best thing that, like, Florida and Texas could do. Is yeah, we can't really handle them here, so let's send them to those sanctuary cities on the other side of the country.
Please, no more people in Florida. I live in Florida. Like I had enough. I'm so pissed off so many people came to this. I used to live in a population that below 100K. It's no longer that case, and I'm just pissed off. Now I have to fucking move. Sorry, curse again. I have to move.
Yeah, and I get the feeling where I am over COVID basically doubled in population size because everyone sold their fucking McMansions down south, moved up here, bought a house at twice its usual price, at half of what they sold their McMansion for, and they're all looking to fucking retire. So none of them want to work, and then now there's a job crisis. It's like, who the heck can afford to work when you have all these people pushing up housing, and everyone who builds a house isn't building anything remotely affordable. They're just building something to sell to people who are either foreign investors or sold their home in Toronto and are looking for to retire.
Yeah, well, I'm not happy about it. So I'm literally gonna live in the off grid at some point. Just maybe in 1 or 2 years, I'm just going off grid. I had enough. I was like, I have the expertise in technology. I had enough. Just
I
live in the middle Everglades or something.
eh, at least it's warm. Like,
Look, man, I live in Florida. I am the definition of Florida man, if you get to know me. I've done some crazy shit stuff. I am Florida man.
uh, fuck, change your name from OK Lord to Florida Man.
I'm okay with it.
Oh god.
Florida man number 28 or 2008. I don't know. There's so many Florida man memes you can make out of the name system.
Gator Wrestler 69 420. Let's blaze it.
There you go. I like that one. I mean, sure, give me all the nicknames. I got so many nicknames. I can use more in my title.
Apparently, White Noise called out a whole bunch of the current bullshit. I'd be curious. White Noise seemed like an interesting concept. I don't know if the execution was good.
White noise. What is that referring to?
It was a movie, White Noise, where apparently this dude was hearing messages through like the static in his television screen, so he like filmed it and recorded it.
Oh, I never saw the movie, so I don't have a 100% clue. But I guess it's basically you're just literally going insane and listening to what the hell the TV's saying. I guess.
Yeah, well, it was specifically the static, and if you think about it, since the white noise is technically just background radiation, there are technically messages in the white noise. It's entirely possible that if we shut off every signal emitter on Earth, we might be able to pick something up by just scanning random frequencies.
Yeah, that is technically possible, but it's gonna be so distorted that you're gonna have to find some way to tune that.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know much about physics, but that's possible.
Well, like, there's just a huge number of frequencies to search, and we have no idea if our receivers can even translate it because, like, our signal converters work on. Admittedly, I'm not exactly a hardware expert in this case, but I would imagine that if you were to have humanity remake like the television from absolute scratch, the signal emitters from televisions from the second iteration probably wouldn't be compatible with our current television emitters.
I can see that. Yeah, especially if it's a more fine-tuned type of frequency.
Yeah. Honestly, it'd be worth looking into just understand how signal emitters transmitters work because like we do have, I believe it's SETI that is just randomly scanning the galaxy trying to find signals. And like if they get a burst of static from anywhere, it's a huge event. Oh, wait, no, apparently there was a Netflix movie that just came out called White Noise about a train derailment in Ohio carrying toxic chemicals.
I love you, chat.
Shinobi one, thank you for that. uh, if I had more time, I'd probably be watching streams because I know a guy that Real Talk introduced me to that talks about how all this fucking planned out shit and how it's all connected numerically. So it is entirely possible that the shit is connected and pre-planned, and the Netflix show does have something to do with it. But unfortunately, this guy streams all the fucking time, and I'm doing too much just trying to put out what I know about, let alone what he knows about. But if you're into like sports betting or playing the stock market, he's got some good tips because apparently that shit is all involved in conspiracy stuff too, and you can figure out like what sports team is going to win the next game based on which celebrity died recently.
Wait, what?
Yeah, apparently. So basically, there's a link between the. God, okay. Very loose explanation of conspiracy thing right here. But basically, you can break down every word into a number by associating particular numbers with each letter of the alphabet in their name. By then cross referencing that with the date and the date relative to that person's date of birth and date of death and current age, you can then also cross reference that with like either sports team members or team names and figure out who is going to win the next event. Because apparently a bunch of this shit is planned in advance and it's all an elaborate numerical ritual to make some people very, very rich by using significant news reports of a particular person's death.
To me, that's just voodoo sports magic.
Admittedly, yes. And then you
I'm not gonna knock anyone on that.
Well, like,
I
that's
mean,
the
I
thing.
believe some crazy shit too, but
Yeah,
I'm not
no, like,
in
that's
that
the thing.
category, though.
Like, that's the thing. It's like there's unfortunately no explained mechanism for why that shit works, which is something that personally I'm interested in. But it's just there's an obscene number of numerical coincidences that line up around major events. It's like, why the fuck, like, is it like this? Like how many
There's something that works. We just don't know the cause and effect of it. If it does really work.
Yeah,
Voodoo,
that's the thing.
Sports magic for me.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like it's a freaky thing because like I put it down to as okay. Look, if this shit's real, then it's basically saying that to a certain extent, magic works, and if it does work, why the fuck does it work? Because the only other explanation is, like, in some cases, decades long planning to get very specific conditions right and people with very specific names put into very specific positions of power just so that they can be executed on specific days.
That's a lot of work. Are you sure there's not like some alien overlord that's like, all right, let's go play some bingo. Who's dying?
Yeah, that's the thing. It does seem like a stupid amount of work, which is why I wonder why the fuck are they going to all this effort?
It's a game. There's some alien voodoo black magic sports event going on. It's like, which human is going to be bingos today? Let's see today. And they just, I don't know, heart attack or lung cancer or you get divorced by your ex. Yes.
Yeah.
And then you shoot yourself.
Allegedly, in the back of the head 3 times.
Well, I didn't get to detail, okay?
Anyway, conspiracy rabbit hole aside, because I am not well versed enough in that to really to really say. What we have now is a couple of YouTube videos that we're going to look at. I have not watched any of these. At least not yet. So let's see if I can share them here. Share screen 2 and then shuffle these around. Over here. So share that with you, and so we'll pop through with this and respond to it as best we can. So I just say pause if there's something of note.
All right, the discourse around AI art generation, it's reached this fever pitch online that's culminated in these online protests like the ones happening over on ArtStation, and also this class action lawsuit where artists are suing these major AI companies. And I've looked at all sides of this argument. I've come to the conclusion that really the problem isn't AI, the problem is IA. And what do I mean by that? AI stands for artificial intelligence, and that's something that's relatively new, but it stems from something deeper and something that's really been a major problem for artists for a couple centuries now, and that's industrialized art. Now, in this video, I want to unpack what that actually means and what you can do to combat it, and what you can do as an artist to actually industrial art proof your career. But before we get into that, I personally am a working professional artist, and I got a book to sell. My new book, Spaceships, or Kepler's Intergalactic Guide to Spaceships. This is a completely self-published, Kickstarter-funded book project. It's kind of like if you took one of those incredible cross-sections books, the visual dictionary books, some art book, sketchbook stuff, and a comic, put them in the blender, hit pulverize on that, and outpoured this book right here. If you're a person who likes spaceships or you like cool sci-fi worlds, and
I'll just pause for a second so that we don't get flagged for directly copyright without adding anything.
Oh, you have a good point. I can't barely hear it, but I think that's because I have to listen on YouTube, right?
Is it not sharing through StreamYards?
Nah, so I'm just like having a delay here, but that's okay.
I was like, still getting used to the whole running my own show here. I'm used to being the co-host. Huh. All right, so industrialized art. I mean, I think I agree with him if he's going to get at what I think he's gonna get. But
I don't agree. Like, I sold art and I talked to other artists. Like, if you make a good art style and you know what you're doing, you're gonna get clientele. People care about the story behind the picture. If it's made by AI, that's gonna get scaled very quickly. Give it a year or two, people are like, oh, it's AI, whatever. It's the same thing with handcraft materials. Would you rather have a handcraft shirt or a machine sewed shirt if
well,
they're the same price?
if they're the same price, that's the key kicker, though. If they're the same price, because
Yeah, and I understand AI can make it more expensive, but there's always going to be some people like me for certain things I would prefer handcraft.
well, no, that's the thing. It's not that the AI makes it more expensive. It's the exact opposite. The
Oh,
AI,
sorry, I said it wrong. Cheaper.
yeah,
Said it wrong. My apology. Cheaper. I mean, the
because
handcraft would be more expensive.
well, like, I'll be honest. I'm not running on the biggest budget for this show. I mean, heck, even with the AI stuff, I switched over to learn Stable Diffusion just so that I wouldn't have to pay the $40 a month for Midjourney. So, but
Question: how much time did you spend doing that? Because that's also interesting. Like, how fast is an artist going from scratch versus someone with experience just generating the AI art?
uh, well, I think it doesn't. like if I wanted to make a somewhat random image based on prompts, and I just kind of fed it in, maybe 5 minutes to full generation, maybe less.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those artists are screwed.
Yeah, like that's the base. That's the baseline. Like 5 minutes for a fresh image generation. Now, say I want to create something specific. Well, first I have to create kind of the rough. So, for example, what I did with a bunch of the OnlyFans stuff, which that's going to be behind a paywall, people, because pretty sure I can't put that stuff up for free anywhere. But for that, so I went first. I made a 3D model of the waifu in particular studio software. I then opened up the studio version of that, set the background, adjusted the lighting, had a preset pose, angled, and took a screenshot. I then fed that screenshot into the generator, added a whole bunch of positive and negative tags in order to get it somewhat accurate. And then I hit iterations adjusting how sensitive I wanted it to be, like how faithful to the original image, how faithful to the stories, which model or kind of image library preset I wanted it to use, which I also had to look and find customs for that. And then I had to iterate on that over and over again. So, start to finish, to make one image of that probably took me maybe 30 minutes if I was to just do one complete image from scratch.
Sounds like to me that if you had experience, well, do you have experience making art?
Yep. Yeah, no,
Oh,
yeah, I spent some years at school to study how to do that. So I can do like physical painting, digital painting, just not quite on the level. And
oh, okay.
I definitely couldn't beat the AI in the time that the AI takes to make it. To get a level of that quality would probably take me a couple hours easily, and
Now,
might not
what
even
if you
look as good.
combined your efforts together? I know a lot of artists do that. They use it as a tool.
That is actually something that I'm considering, where I use the AI to get most of the way, and then do some final touch-ups. Like say the hands are kind of fucked. All right, well, I can probably fix those up, adjust some errors with the eyes. Like sure, I can. And in fact, as a personal project, I've got some AI compositions that I really liked that I want to actually try painting on just physical canvas. So yeah, it is largely a tool and great way to just rough out the ideas incredibly fast. But the thing is, again, I'm on the kind of shoestring budget, and I'm also on a fairly limited amount of time. Like I'm trying to produce a fair bit of content in a given week.
Well, that alone is a lot of effort. Like, I have an idea how much work it is, not because I stream for YouTube, but because I literally stream for my class. I actually instruct. Now I'm making curriculum, and it's not exactly the same, but to actually make shit up for people is a chore. So understandable.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like, could I take the stuff further? Sure, but like I generated 15 images, like for the OnlyFans like first launch, like, and that wasn't including the cover image, which is the one I had up earlier. So let's say total 16 images. Let's let's say each one took me a half hour in total to get a satisfying result on. So that took me 8 hours to make 15 images. of that level of quality, is there a single artist on this planet that can replicate 16 images of that quality in 8 hours by hand?
That I'm aware of, no. And if
No.
there were, they're probably dead.
Yeah, no, it's like that level of quality and refinement. The human just is not fast enough. Now, if I was to put, say, 1 hour of effort into editing each one, that's an extra 16 hours.
And this is why it's so well used in the anime industry. Like
Well,
one of the most common things they use it for is background. It
well,
saves a lot of money.
they're starting to do that now, and like, here's the it makes sense because those background shots, they're usually not on screen for very long, and they usually don't matter very much.
And it's 2D. Like that's easy to generate for an AI. Like I've seen the characters of anime, even the backgrounds, they're very simple
Yeah.
by design.
Yeah. Now, and here's the other thing: with the image-to-image translation, you wouldn't even have the problem of, oh, I had to generate a whole bunch to get the right composition. No, you can start off with the composition instead of a 2 hour render. You can do like a 10 minute to half hour speed paint. Just block out the rough composition and colors, and then have the AI work with you from there. So, like, it saves a lot of time. And can you really justify having one of your top tier artists work on a background shot that's only going to be on screen for 10 seconds, and you have to say, hey, yeah, spend 3 hours of your life doing that?
I mean, I guess it depends on the background, but like you said, if it's like 10 seconds,
Like,
probably
that's the thing.
not.
Like if I was to run the studio, I'd say, okay, I'm going to have my background artist, like, I'm going to list my backgrounds in level of priority. What's the most important to get accurate? Like, what do they actually need to put effort in? Like, if it's an establishing shot that shows a particular vista or like a city, and it's really meant to pull the viewer in, you bet your ass I'm having that shit done by hand. But if it's a 10-second background shot of someone like taking off
Generic
and,
forest.
yeah, generic forest or generic mountainscape or flat or over the ocean horizon, yeah, I'm gonna have the AI save the artist a couple hours that they can then focus on really putting the shots in where it counts. Personally, I think that was one of the mistakes that they made with some of the CGI stuff in, well, I think Baki, because it's fairly recent, is that the parts that they used the CGI in were like the actual fights. Like the hero shot one was like, no, that's where you needed your animators to be going ham there. Those were the shots. Like, you didn't want people to be into the action and then pulled out of it by that. Anyway, we'll see what he's got to say about industrialized art. We've chatted enough that we can go another minute or two.
And you want to like dig in deep to the sci-fi world that I'm creating, then check out Spaceships. It's available in my online shop, link below. All right, what do I mean by industrialized art? Let's first talk about what industry is and what industry wants. Industry wants to spend the least amount of money possible on the products that it creates. So how does it do that? It wants a product that's easily replicated, that's easily produced in the most efficient and consistent way possible. It wants this because inconsistency and uniqueness, things that are like really nice characteristics or features of art, those inconsistencies and those uniquenesses, they cost industry money. In order for them to make the most profit possible, industry wants to pay the smallest amount of money possible.
Okay, let's go into that for a second, because that's basically the points that we just went over. Y'all caught up?
Nope. Sorry, I was actually like, I don't like hearing my voice, so I just muted on YouTube. I
Oh.
was like, nah, I can't hear Florida Man's voice no more.
Oh. Ugh. Yeah, I'll have to work out a better system for screen sharing this stuff. Surely. Like, is it something that could be set in StreamYards? Just ah. All right. Well, I'll have to run some tests and figure it out for next time.
All right, you can just give me a quick summary because you might as well tell chat
Yeah.
as
So
well.
yeah. So basically, industry wants fast replication and efficient because that's cheap, whereas uniqueness and inconsistency that is expensive. So industry wants, of course, to make the most art at the fastest rate, uh, with like to maximize profit, really.
I would agree. Matter of fact, like you said, what we're talking about were priorities. How can you replicate it? But it's kind of the opposite when you think about what AI can generate. Something that is more throwaway rather than something that's going to be constantly reused. Because if you have something AI generated, you got to make sure that AI can properly generate it 100%. That same consistency.
Yeah, and that is it's difficult for the AI in some cases. I I found multiple uses for it. Like, yeah, if you're trying to get the same style consistently, what you'd probably have to end up doing is training your own AI model or one of the various extensions to the model so that it only draws from a set image archive, which in of itself actually sounds like a bit of an interesting idea. Hmm. Like, say you as an artist have a large library of work, you could train an AI on your own style, and that way you could get a large amount of consistency out of it.
I think that is doable. I mean, look, I look at anime and I can see how easy that can eventually be AI generated. Like the art style is almost exactly the same. If it's black and white, and you don't give it color, it looks the same to me.
By and large, it's hard to argue with, and I'll admit, with some of the talk of comics, I have seriously been considering trying to use the AI to create a comic, but first I'd actually need to hammer out a script, and I'm already behind on a million things, so that's on the back burner. But it's definitely an idea, and at the very least, like this is the other thing, like manga takes shortcuts. Like if you are a connoisseur of manga, you are probably going to notice at one point or another a black and white photo transfer.
I mean, that's the whole purpose of manga. Fast producing, basically. It can literally be done by one person.
Yeah, like that's the rapid production, and when there are highly detailed scenes, I'm thinking, have you seen Death Note
Seeing it, the anime, or the
or
actual
read it?
manga?
Read it.
Read it. I'll be honest, I didn't read Death Note. Also, people are gonna hate me, but I did not like Death Note that much. I stopped halfway.
Just stop after L died.
Basically, yes. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah, you are not alone in that. A bunch of people did. I could not blame you in the slightest.
I was just like, that's some stupid shit. Like, what? That's why? No. Enough.
Yeah. Well, anyway, one of L's successors, who's got white hair, he's got a thing for like making kind of miniature things. Like he makes puppets, and at one point he makes like towers out of dice. Why? I don't know. It's one of his
Huh?
quirky things. But yeah, apparently the assistants had to make most of those dice towers, and the author was shocked because he gave them very loose instructions for like building towers out of dice. And then when he came back to see the pages that the assistants worked on later, they basically put him inside a massive cityscape made of dice. I was like, okay.
Okay, I guess there was a big miscommunication there. Right? He's like, Nani?
Yeah, well, it worked. Like, and it looked good. Like, it looked good, and it got the idea across. But uh, that was that was sort of thing. Like, for more complex parts or highly detailed parts, they do use assistants. Like when you have it done by just one person, there's a certain level of quality that can't be reached. Like Berserk, I know, highly detailed, but that was not done by one person solo. And even then, Miura still worked himself to death over it. So you can imagine how much effort that took.
No, that's true. Like most mangaists have a whole bunch of assistants, like 2, 3, or 4.
Well, the bigger the budget,
Usually background characters, if I remember right. Yeah, yeah, bigger budget for sure.
yeah, like One Piece has apparently had an assistant for a long time, and he apparently keeps making cameos throughout the story as a wanted poster of this same dude.
I find that cute. I like that.
Yeah, no, that is like it's nice that the assistants get in. It's a good way to break into the industry.
I mean, it's a tough industry. They barely make enough money. I don't understand how they can work themselves to death. And now with AI coming in, it's like, hey, we're here to really kick you out of this industry.
Well, no, but that's the thing. I'd say it's the exact opposite. Because, guys,
You think it'll save them?
if they can use it properly, absolutely. Like,
I mean,
because
you're
it's the
probably
thing, like,
right because I keep hearing it from, you look at history. What happened to the people who used to operate elevators? They start working factories. What happened to most factories now that most of it's being automated? We start having more service industry. Like, I guess that would be the same process here.
well, that's the thing. Like, I look at, like, admittedly, yeah, they might drop some assistance, and that's not good. But again, like I put out. Okay, like here's the thing: the average not safe for work artist that I'm aware of per month puts out at most 5 images. Like at most. I could, if I just hunkered down and worked with AI and pushed it and maybe did some minimal editing, I could probably push out 10 to 15 images per week.
I mean, that's impressive. I mean, obviously, of course, AI helps tremendously on that.
Yeah, like it
And you're not
saves.
breaking your back. I heard so many stories of
Well, that's the thing. Like,
artists
that's
breaking
the
their
thing.
backs
Like,
literally by
sorry,
hunching.
allow me to clarify. Put out 15 images per week while still working a full time job.
Oh, okay, now you're just spitting at their face.
Yeah, like, nah. Now I don't know how much of their time is spent putting out their publicly consumed stuff and how much is doing private commissions. But the production that I have is, quite frankly, insane. Like, there's no beating around it. It's absolutely bullshit bananas how much more efficient this makes me, who is at best a mediocre artist. Like,
Hey, don't sell yourself so short. Look at that
no,
art I'm looking at. Like, what happened to the sexy lady you had on YouTube?
I can bring her back up.
There you go. Look at that. That's not mediocre. That's perfection. Florida man approved. 69.
but that is like done through the AI process, like start to finish. This probably took a half hour at most.
But for someone of skill, that would probably take them a day's worth.
Easy. Like, yeah, to someone who does this for a living, to do something of this quality would probably be an all day project. Like at least 3 hours. So,
Yeah, that person has a full time job doing that, while you have a full time and you don't have a full time being an artist.
yeah. And then here would be the other thing, because I was considering, like, if people started to get mad at me for using AI art this way, I'd be like, well, okay. So let's say that this was on OnlyFans. I'd be like, all right. So how many pieces could like a decent not safe for work artist put out of this level of quality or better, but at the very least at this same level per month? How much would it cost me to commission those pieces? And can they guarantee that I would have a return where I would profit?
Well, that's the $1 million question. How much can you make profit, right?
And that's the thing, because like it takes me a half hour to produce this. Like say getting something like this would be a $50 commission, which, considering the amount of time invested, that still probably doesn't seem too fair. Like 3 hours of work for $50. Like,
Yeah, no, that's not livable.
yeah, like okay, maybe if they could chug it out from start to finish in 2 hours, and I save them the trouble of having to do the composition by just sending them the rough image. Like, hey, here's the rough image, make it better. And I know that these people absolutely could. There's plenty that could be done with this to make the lighting better, to make the anatomy pop a bit more. Like all kinds of shit that I can think that even I'd go in with Photoshop and just work to make it better. But let's say $50 for 2 hours of work, could I get a return of $60 over what the AI would produce?
I mean, how much is it again for once a month access?
Oh, with Stable Diffusion? Free.
Yeah. Oh, it's free. Oh, well then, you're
Like
making all
stable,
the profit right there.
yeah, Stable Diffusion, like you just need like a computer with a decent enough graphics card to run it, which I do have, but I had that for gaming anyway. It took a little bit of time to learn how to use the software, and then I had to go find the models and learn how to use the models. And then I had to totally legally acquire the software for the baseline photo shoot stuff. So, like, there is an upfront investment of time and effort, but in terms of money physically spent per image, no, it's free. Like the
Return on
AI
investment.
yeah, like the AI software is free. And right now I'm making a big fat zero off of this. So,
Where's the donations? Come on, let's start paying for it. Where's Come on, Undead Chronic does it all the time. Where's your
uh
chill panel?
yeah, I do actually have a shill thing. I just keep forgetting to post it in chat.
Come on, upgrade your shield level.
There. There's my shill, guys. And it does actually pop up on screen, so I'll see your message and know. Keep forgetting to put that in chat and pin it. I'm working on like other things because I see it, like I attribute a lot of Hammerhand's success to like every time someone submits a certain amount to him, he's got like a video or an animation and a sound clip to play. So
Oh, no eggs. That's my favorite one.
yeah, like I don't want to copy him directly by doing that, but like I've got all these AI voices now. I've got a shit ton of AI art. Like I should be able to get at least something halfway decent popped up.
I mean, what other than Michael Jackson, who else can you use?
Uh, Theoretically, sky's the limit. It's more so I'm trying to figure out how to cater to my audience.
Ah, make it fitness related. Oh, get
Yeah,
Arnold. No, he's a cop now. Never mind.
I could probably get like
Who's not cooked? Because I don't want to see that person anymore. I keep forgetting Arnold used to be my role model, and then he said "fuck your freedom," and now I put him in the dirt.
yeah. Honestly, maybe I get like some clips from Baki or something, and then use the AI to frame by frame redo the animation to something ghost related.
Not a
Ooh,
bad idea.
uh, uh, Black and Decker booty record. Get Snoop Dogg. Okay, I have been trying to clone Snoop Dogg's voice. It is difficult. Like here, I'll freaking show you what I have for Snoop Dogg right now, and you can decide how accurate it is.
Wait, what?
Here it
So
comes.
Sandman is making
Good
money
evening,
out
Black
of
and Decker Booty Wrecker. This is the
Ben
clone
Boy?
Snoop Dogg voice. What do you
Excuse
think?
me? Ross, give me more detail there. What?
I don't know. I'll pull up Sandman's stuff. I'll look
No,
up
no,
Sandman.
no, no. I don't want to suffer. No.
No. We're not gonna watch it. Say incels are turning themselves into trans women and transmaxing.
Oh, I saw that video. I didn't see anything about him making money out of it.
It might be more details in that particular video because it's 11 minutes of it. But yeah, no, I can absolutely believe that those guys making money off of off of turning themselves into women and then asking for donations.
Like, look, I could understand having the driver license with the F because you get a lot of privileges and you can still be a man, but to actually do the part, no.
Yeah, it's weird. So, Decker, if I ever perfect this, use a voice changer and do a whole stream. Voice changer and AI are completely different sorts of wheelhouses. For all I know, it might be easier to customize a voice changer to make me sound like Snoop Dogg than it would be to clone Snoop Dogg's voice. I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to. Can I do Kratos? I have not tried to do Kratos. I may be able to do Kratos. Rich Piana deepfake. Guys, seriously, just submit your AI voice ideas, and I will try. But I literally can't keep up with all submissions every day. There's 3 new ideas to deepfake, and that's another process in of itself. Because first I have to go and try to find some clean audio files. So, like for the Snoop Dogg voice, I like found him doing an interview. So then I've got to go through the video file and I have to cut out the time when anyone else is making a sound or talking to try and isolate Snoop Dogg's voice. And then convert that to a sound file of the appropriate length and size, submit that into the voice thing, and then hope that it understands, which kind of doubtful it does, but I don't know. Like, I still got to look for more sources, but that in itself also takes time. Wayne June? I have no idea who Wayne June is. Like, guys, I got a community post asking for like different voice ideas for article stuff. Post your suggestions there, and if you can, and I'll at the very least I'll see about it. Darth Vader seems to be a favorite with James Earl Jones. Sylvester Stallone. I I don't know. I can try Stallone. It doesn't really do accents that well at this point. It does mostly straight English accents, and it tries to turn them into that. I don't know how accurate I could get it. Again, I can try. The voice is the narrator in Darkest Dungeon. That might work. Favorite one I got was Tony J. Okay, Lord, are you familiar with Tony J? You know who he is?
No clue.
You know Judge Frollo from Hunchback of Notre Dame?
Nope.
Okay, in that case, that would probably be his most popular role. But anyway, he was a voice actor really, really big in the 90s. Like, did you ever watch Reboot?
Yes.
Megabyte.
Yes. Barely. But yes, I remember the freaky CGI, if I remember right.
Yeah, do you remember Megabyte?
Kind of. It's very fuzzy. That's old. Yo.
The blue spiky dude, like the virus kind of man antagonist dude, had a deep fucking voice.
Oh yes. Is that the actor you're talking about?
That's Tony J. Yes.
Oh, good voice.
Oh yeah. He's been dead for a while, so I'm so happy that I was able to clone his voice somewhat successfully.
That's right. Bring back the dead.
Well, I am a ghost, so a little bit of necromancy is to be expected.
Oh, you got all the voodoo magic.
English dub Goku? Yeah, that's an option. That's an option. Now I'll try a bunch of these suggestions, but bare minimum, it takes me at least a half hour, like at the low end. Like for like it got Joshua Graham from Fallout New Vegas, and that I was lucky because someone had just ripped all of his voice lines. Well, not even ripped his voice lines, but they just put the voice lines up, and so all I had to do was some very subtle clipping to get those. So something like that's fast. Whereas if it's like an actor in a movie or something, unless they have an interview, it's difficult. So don't play God with the dead. I mean, I think I kind of crossed that line when I replicated Martin Luther King Jr.'s voice, so I kind of already crossed the Rubicon with that. Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, there's a lot to get. For the moment though, we'll continue with with this video because we're an hour in and we're not even 2.5 minutes into the first video.
Kind of the same thing that Undead Chronic does, but hey, content.
Yeah, but like at the very least, we're not going off ranting about the video. It's more so fun tangents with chat. So yay, viewer engagement.
Yeah, look at this. Based on the progress we had, 4 more hours.
Yeah, well, I have a hard cutoff at 3 hours. Like,
Well then, let's hurry up with the video.
all right, back to the video, gents.
And one of the biggest expenses for industry is paying people. For centuries, industry has been trying to figure out how to eliminate people so that they can reap the biggest amount of profit possible.
So, industry loves money. Paying people to do shit is expensive. Yeah. Like, most of the time, labor is what's going to cost you the most in any industry. Also, Hanok and Steve, I already have Jack Murphy's voice, so that's dope. He was fairly easy.
Why? Like, seriously, why?
Mostly the torture manic.
The poor dude has already got to go for freaking whales. You got to give him more?
Well, and hey, like first of all, it was just so that Jack Murphy could give his thanks to that. And then I also had Jack Murphy apologize to Hammerhand as well.
I don't know about you, but apology from a cuck means nothing.
It's funny.
Was was it doing it in a crying voice?
Okay, the AI is not that good yet.
Okay, that's when I will accept it.
Like, if I was to get it to that level of quality, do you have any idea how much time I'd have to spend in FL Studio? Because it might be possible, but I'm already trying to figure out, can I use basically an AI generated voice and auto tune to give my waifu a singing career?
I mean, it's been done, ironically speaking.
Yeah, like, I don't think it's impossible, but again, that's additional time investment, and I ain't getting paid enough doing this YouTube shit to do it full time. Sorry, guys. Could I do a warband voice? I've already got Ribby's voice. I could probably grab the entire warband. HMK, how's OnlyFans coming along? They rejected the waifu. Like, I have enough content for a good 1 month OnlyFans subscription, but OnlyFans does not like anime and does not like waifus, and they were confused by what I was trying to sell. It's like, look, it's OnlyFans. Like, don't pretend like you sell anything but porn here, okay? I am trying to sell anime porn. That is what I'm here for.
Did you tell them if they're bigots? Maybe that would work.
And I mean, if I got to talk one-on-one with a person and could make a stink about it, maybe. But I ain't big enough for anyone to give a shit about me calling them bigots.
Oh, so that's how the magic word works? You have to have some backing? Alright, I thought it was just that easy.
At the very least, you have to be a blue check mark on Twitter.
That's easy! Well, hold on. You have to lose your pride and your dignity, but yes.
Well, yeah, like, you know, okay, well, like, a blue check mark can cost up to like $50,000 plus sent to the back rooms. Although, and you can't even
Wait, I
get
thought it was
those.
$7. Did Elon Musk change that?
Well, that's with the new blue check mark things. Like, the old blue check marks cost like an arm and a leg. I don't even know if a blue check mark carries clout now because the average pleb can get it.
I mean, I don't really know much about Twitter. I just literally, I either watch Yellow Flash or some random person on YouTube, and they just break it down for me, and I'm like, good. Instead of wasting 2 hours looking on Twitter, I get it in 5 minutes. That's my daily drama.
Like, it makes Lost Isley look like the Jedi Council chamber. That's Twitter. Please let me at least go
I
to
can't wait until Twitter just burns.
Well, it can't burn fast enough, yeah. No, HMK, they sell check marks. Like, and apparently the check marks have been so successful that now Facebook is selling verified accounts only for more.
Oh no! I don't even use Facebook, but no, I don't want more goddamn drama and bullshit. Whatever, you can't stop innovation.
Zuckerberg copying Elon Musk's homework is not innovation.
No, I'm not saying he's innovating. I'm saying Elon Musk is innovating there.
Like, Elon Musk didn't even fucking invent the blue checkmark. He just decided, you know what? I'll make it so that everyone can sell it instead of having it be done through backroom deals and given.
Yeah, that's innovated. Not technology wise, but freaking sales. Like, I mean, why did anyone start that earlier?
Oh, because then it was more about controlling the message through political clout.
Oh, you know what? You make a really good point there.
Like, Twitter was never
like, I want money. And
yeah,
Twitter's
like,
all fucking communist bitches.
Yeah, like Elon's all about like making Twitter profitable, so he sells the subscription. Whereas old school Twitter, they were riding on like market capital and back room investment So they didn't give a shit whether they were profitable on paper because everyone was taking money under the table selling blue check marks to either their political allies or people who bribed them hard enough.
That's embezzlement.
Absolutely, but
No
apparently...
wonder why they don't care about the public share. It's literally embezzlement.
Yep. But hey, as we discussed at the start of the stream, why do it the legal way when it's so profitable to do it the illegal way?
You got the big points for that. Yes.
All right, well, all right, let's continue. Let's see where he gets into with industrialized art.
So industrialized art started long before machine learning technology showed up on the scene. You had stuff like stock illustration websites or stock photography websites. You have websites like Fiverr. You even have social media platforms, and they all thrive because they've leveraged consistent and affordable art creation. Take Pinterest, for example. It scrapes the internet using you to do the uploading work for free. It doesn't ask where the images came from. It doesn't monitor who should get credit for what. That responsibility is all sort of left to the pinner. Pinterest just files the images that you pin in categories so that when you want ideas for something, it offers up a plate of inspiration that's algorithmically attuned to your needs, and then advertisers pay good money for this attention. Okay, so using images that it doesn't own, using labor that it hasn't paid for, Pinterest is booming to a tune of $2.5 billion in revenue a year.
Bingo. Everyone bitching. Every single artist bitching about AI art. Fucking illegally stealing people's work. Where the fuck is your rage for Pinterest?
Simple. Clout.
Yeah.
And it has a flashier tone to it.
That's the thing. Like, Pinterest is doing basically the exact same thing. Like, it's scraping all that shit from the internet, putting it all in one place, and guess what? Artists will recommend that. It's like, hey, you need to build your fucking mood board, go to Pinterest. Just download shit. Just download all the stuff, put it on your mood board. But then when AI does it, and Stable Diffusion is not turning a profit, to the best of my knowledge. Like, I ain't paid them a cent. Midjourney, sure, but they're the ones hosting all that shit server side. So, like, why is it okay for Pinterest to make literally $2.5 billion a year off of users submitting the art? Like Pinterest, all they have to do is maintain the servers and keep the stuff updated. They don't have to go and scrape it. Like, they don't have to go get the images. People already do that for them. Was that a bunch of Among Us art? I don't know if that was Among Us art. It looked just more like generic sci-fi stuff, but it could be.
Looks like a astronaut going to Mars or something.
Yeah, but that just looks like generic sci-fi concept art. That's the thing. Like, Pinterest basically does the same thing that Stable Diffusion does. So where's the lawsuit for Pinterest, huh? Who is
Well, it's
literally
not the same exactly. It's literally a generation. Like, sure, the style, but can you really copyright a style?
Well, but here's the thing. Like, you as an artist upload an image to your website. Someone right clicks or screenshots it, downloads it, and then uploads it to Pinterest, and then Pinterest is now making ad revenue off of your artwork.
Hey, YouTube, why can't you do that?
They do that.
Oh yeah, you're right. And then they just take all the money for themselves. Oh no, sorry, I didn't mention that. Don't want this channel to lose itself.
No,
By the
actually,
way, I somewhat work for Google, so I have an idea how it works.
yeah, actually, funny enough, apparently, since my channel's like a year old, it does actually have a metric for this. If I was monetized, apparently I should have made over $400 in the last year.
I mean, that's not much at all, to be honest.
For like considering that I've been completely half-assing this channel and it's not my full-time job. Also, apparently I'm in like close to the top percentile for Canadian like for Canadian YouTubers.
Really?
Apparently, like I'll go check my metric real quick.
Is there like the giant, like, you know how there's a giant wall of China? Is there like a giant wall for Canadians? Just make sure it doesn't like come out Canada.
And I don't know, like
No offense, but Canada has a lot of cucks. Like, what's going on in Canada? Like, it used to be, I used to have respect for Canadians. What happened?
uh
The French are more base. You fucked up when the French are more
okay.
base. For God damn it.
Okay, like are you sure about that?
Compared to
Like,
what I see, but maybe I'm wrong.
Like
I
that's
don't live in
like
cuck land.
like the thing. Like if you're going to compare politicians, like unless the French like installed some new guy, like their last guy was just as much of a cuck as Trudeau. Who's
Yeah, you have a
fucking,
point.
uh,
I mean, it just baffles me. Like, I had so much
by the way,
respect.
okay, you know,
What
here,
happened?
well, let me give you some more respect. Canada is, I believe, second highest in terms of gun ownership in the world.
Which is shocking to me because I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Sorry. Emmanuel Macron is still president of France. I'm sorry. We have not. I mean, we're at the very least equal to France in terms of shitty leadership.
Well, I'm not talking about the actual French country. I'm talking about the French side of Canada.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let me ask you this: what major French protest movement had their accounts frozen by the government?
I guess zero. That I'm
Yeah.
aware of.
Well, Canada won. So, yeah, we're more rebellious than France. Thank you very much.
All right, fine. You win there.
Yeah. But yeah,
I will admit
apparently...
defeat when I do something stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. So apparently, I am 3,071st in all of Canada, and I'm in the 88th percentile.
Diggity. Well, I'd rather you be top than Red Ginger Canadian.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna split your throat. Oh, I shouldn't say it.
Yeah. No. You. Yeah. Apparently, apparently I'm estimated to earn anywhere between $3 and $48 a month, and $36 to $572 a year. So
I mean, if you live in Africa, that's good money.
I mean, for something that is, God, I don't even know if I can call it a second job. Like, I pull 11
Hobby
hours.
job.
Yeah, like it's a hobby. Not even. I guess I could say it's my main hobby. I do have other hobbies, but.
Hey, hobby is more powerful than a job. Like, who are you gonna consider who cares more about their job or their hobby?
Yeah. And then keep in mind that most of my YouTube presence isn't even on this channel. So.
I mean, you should just be recording.
I mean, I could be recording it, but then I'd also have to like chop it down and upload it and edit it. That shit takes time.
Oh, then fine. Just live stream with the person. I mean, that's how I met Hammerhand. Thanks on Day Chronic when they were both streaming at the same time. I was like, oh, I go to his channel, see how's it going.
Yeah. Nah, I wouldn't mind doing more collab stuff, but this is only my second tech talk, so. Like,
Second, what? Oh, the first one was with you and me, if I remember right.
well, no, that was the Red Pill cult meeting. Like now, like I'm making this a weekly thing. Tuesday, 7 to 10. Like I don't care who else is streaming. I'm gonna stream for 3 hours talking about AI and technology.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I mean, I can't come here all the time, but
Yeah,
when I have time, sure.
that's the thing. Is like whoever can make it can make it. Whoever's interested in the topic's welcome to join. But it's the same with Elden Ring. Like I don't care who else is doing what at that time. That's my time slot.
I still have to play that game. I keep hearing people saying it's really good.
If you enjoy the Soulsborne games, you'll have fun with it. I'm
Oh,
enjoying
and
it.
I do. I would. I love Bloodborne, and the original Dark Souls was my favorite game.
Yeah, then yeah, you will enjoy Elden Ring. Like
I just
it's
need
open.
time.
It's open world Dark Souls, and that's
I
the
mean,
thing.
the
It's
original
what,
Dark Souls was technically speaking open as well. Just get the master key, and that's it.
fair, fair. I mean, considering how
It's a
God,
well designed game. Like I was surprised
God,
how many things you can skip in Dark Souls if you get the master key, and even without the master key, you can skip a whole bunch of stuff.
yeah, Elden Ring too. Like there's, like I'm not trying to break the game by skipping it, but considering that you can apparently beat the entire game without talking to anyone, yeah, impressive.
Oh, that's a game for me. I hate hearing dialogue. I just want to get to the gameplay.
Yeah. When Jack Manic when Jack Murphy's crying, asking for apologies. Look, like Manic, if I can figure out how to make AI Jack Murphy cry, believe me, then shit will go even harder. But I don't know. Rick Sanchez voice. I could try to get Rick. It wouldn't be that difficult, I think. But anyway, back to industrialized art. And again, like fucking fucking Pinterest is making money off of other people's work. So why aren't the artists bitching about that? Oh yeah, clout.
Now, stock photography and stock art websites, they do pay their artists. Fiverr pays their artists, but these are platforms where it's a race to the bottom, seeing who can offer the most amount of work for the least amount of money possible, just to kind of edge out the competition. And maybe the worst actors in the industrial art scene are the social media platforms.
That's actually the thing is like much of art, the art industry is a race to the bottom. Like as he said, trying to sell the most work for the least amount of money.
Yeah, I wish I can help people who used to do art in the past. It's marketing. That's really what it is. I've sold. I don't want to dock myself, but I work for the biggest warehouse in America for art. It's literally there's some person who doesn't know jack shit about art, and that guy's making a shit ton of money because of marketing. Straight up.
Well, this this is my advice to artists. Stop making art for clout. Stop trying to sell your work for fucking likes and social media presence. You have completely lost the whole point of it. Is the idea, the whole idea is that you post your shit out there and then you get popular and then you attract clients. But guess what? If you're attracting clients who are used to having your shit for free or super cheap, it doesn't matter how many clients you get. If you are working for $5 an hour or less, it doesn't matter if you have 1,000 fucking clients. You can't serve them all. And even if you could, you'd literally be better off flipping burgers.
Yep. Marketing. Not only marketing, know your value because this is literally a negative profit
Well, no, but this is the thing.
method right here.
But here's the thing. The difference is with marketing, you have one client. One. Your employer. That's the thing. Artists are trying to appeal to everybody. It's like, no. Don't waste your fucking time trying to appeal to a whole bunch of poor people. It's like trying to sell your art to hippies. They don't have money and you can't eat beads.
Nope. Like literally, just find out where the rich people are hanging out. Find out where they're shopping and buying their uh whatever paintings they are, and talk to the owner and ask the owner how much would it cost me to sell the art to you or a commission base. I'm being dead serious. That will make you far more money than a race to the bottom.
Yes, absolutely. Like this is the thing. Like artists are they seem to be so caught up in the idea of being an artist beloved by the masses. Like, okay, guys, but before you say that
Famous.
but before you say Van Gogh's your favorite artist, keep in mind he lived in fucking obscurity, making his work for nobody, and then died broke, and only became famous and well known after the fact.
I mean, that's every artist. I mean, there's a very famous one from World War II.
Yeah, and he didn't even get famous for his art career, but I'm sure his paintings sell for a fair fuck ton now. Like, y'all ain't gonna be the next fucking Banksy or any shit. And Banksy fucking hates people trying to sell shit, but like they're all trying to sell for fucking social media clout. It's like, it's work. Like, sorry to fucking burst the fucking artistic. You know what? No, I'm not sorry. Take that back. I'm not sorry to burst the artistic dream bubble. If you are an artist, what your job is, the skill you are getting is, you are creating a visual representation of an idea meant to stir emotions. That is your skill.
And learn how to sell it. It's just not one skill. You have another skill too.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, learn
You
how to
got to
sell
work for it.
Well, here's the thing. If you absolutely fucking suck at selling your shit, like there's one Japanese live drama based on the manga industry of like I think the 70s and 80s. It's called Blue Blazes or I Hono. And okay, so you know Evangelion, right?
I heard of it, never watched it.
Okay, but like you're aware of like the fame that it has.
Yes, and that's why I know I heard of it. I seen like clips of it, more of jokes
Yeah.
and the waifus, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
yes,
but the animator behind it, not a social guy, not a marketing dude, at all. Like he did not know how to sell his work. But
but he found
apparently,
someone who can.
the other way around, actually, someone who
Really?
can't. Apparently, like according to this show, which to the best of my knowledge is fairly faithful to the real life events, the future executive producer of Studio Gainax, who made Evangelion, discovered this great. You know, I gotta get his name. Like, just I gotta get the name right. Hideaki Anno. So yeah, Anno was apparently discovered in art college by the future executive producer, and like this producer latched on to Anno right away because he saw, look, this guy's going to make it big. If I latch on to him and build him up, I am never going to go hungry again.
All right, so I retract what I said. Just partly true.
That's the thing. Like, if you can't sell yourself, you need to find someone who can sell you. And let's be honest, we live in a highly specialized environment. That would be ideal. Find someone who is fucking skilled as hell at marketing and then have them sell you. You're going to make more money than you'd make solo, and they get more money than they'd make solo.
Yeah, take it from me, who has done it for 2 years, and the owner is literally a multi-millionaire, and all he does is market other sailors' paintings. Also duplicates themselves, but I can't really say much about that. By the way, most signatures are fake.
Manic, why do I pronounce Evangelion like that? Honestly, I'm not sure whether it's Evangelion or Evangelion, but given that it's very Christian in its themes, and it's not evangelism, it's evangelism. Yeah, I pronounce it Evangelion. I mean, I could be told that I'm wrong, but
You're always wrong when you're on the internet, by the way.
absolutely. But at the very least, I demand that people back up with logical reasons why I am wrong. So that's the thing. Like, you find someone willing to sell your shit for you, or just use their art to sell themselves. Because, well, that's what the great masters did. Like, if you say, like, oh, I love Leonardo da Vinci's work, okay, motherfucker was not hanging his shit up in public for people to throw pennies at him. He had extremely wealthy people paying him to do personal work. Same with Michelangelo, same with Donatello, same with Raphael, the whole Ninja Turtle squad. Brunelleschi, for those of you who know a little bit more about your times, like, all of them skilled artists, and many of them technically minded as well. All of them had very few wealthy people who were constantly courting them to make custom work for a shit ton of money. It was not like the masses got to enjoy it because the work was put in public, but it was work made for political purposes to raise the standing of that patron. It's like work to be hung up in an office, or architecture design for a new building or remodeling. Like, that's where the money is.
I mean, think about it. Some rich man puts on Instagram. That's gonna get you way more clout if you're gonna chase that shit anyway.
Precisely. Like, why the fuck should you have to build up your Instagram from scratch when you can have fuck, I don't know, Michael Kors use your photos, or use your illustrations, or your fashion? Why the fuck should you be doing it by hand for sewing, rather than have someone else who pays somebody else to run their social media and build it up, and probably pays for a whole bunch of fucking subs, because we all know that shit happens too. Like, why the fuck should you have to build it up from scratch just to get their attention, when you could instead customize laser focus to get their attention, and then have them pull you out of obscurity with a single image?
Yep. I mean, look, you gotta utilize what's available to you and try to be smart. Like, hey, you heard the term many times: work smarter, not harder. That's a good instance right there.
Yeah, but like, too many people are, like, they get caught up in making friends on the internet and posting for their communities. Like, guys, look, let me put it this way, guys. If you want to make money doing commissions on the internet, and I've said this before, so those of you longtime viewers, you know where I'm going with this. Furry porn. That's where the money is.
Ugh,
You know I'm right.
I know you're right.
Pay thousands of dollars for fursuits. Like, I've heard stories where someone said no to furry porn, and the furry just literally kept on raising the price until they said yes.
I mean, I shouldn't say shit to furries. Why? Because they make the money somehow.
To quote one of my favorite to quote one of my favorite YouTube animators, if they can afford a $3,000 fursuit, they can afford a $10 pipe bomb to my house.
Yeah. Yeah. You can enjoy your stuff. I won't say anything publicly. Just be aware of that. And by the way, if they're gonna put a bomb, please don't take it from my culture. Son of a bitches.
What are you, Irish?
Cuban.
Oh, the Cuban. Oh yeah. Were the Cubans known for? I know that they're known for like car bombs, but
Oh, you never heard the saying that a Cuban, if you piss off the mafia specifically, will blow up your car, will blow up your son, your daughter, your fucking pet goldfish, will blow it all up.
yeah. Like, I knew that they were known for car bombs, but not pipe bombs.
It don't matter. It's a goddamn bomb. Any bomb.
Steve Sanchez, suspiciously rich furries. Yeah, it's weird how they make so much fucking money. Like, I mean, they're probably a lot of them are fucking.
No. I'm pretty sure most of them are trust fund kids.
Yeah, probably. Like,
I met a lot of them before in my lifetime. Like they literally don't work. They're finding the most degenerate things possible. Most of them are fanboys, believe it or not. Like, yeah, no. It does not surprise me.
Yeah,
Either that fanboy or super mega ultra Chad. Either one.
well, no. Nowadays, there's a third option, and that's
Wait,
they join the Rainbow Mafia.
And I find the irony behind it. It's like they're trying to take away your money, yet you want to impress them. It's like going up to a lion that hasn't eaten for 30 days and somehow is alive and it has the strength to just murder you. And you're like, I want to be your friend. Yeah, sure.
Well, but that's the thing. Is like they're going to throw their money at somebody. Like, it may as well be you.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm getting paid good money. People throwing money at me for bullshit. Like, I'm doing a cybersecurity program, and word of advice for those who are in IT. Any boot camp for cybersecurity, about 99% of them are scam. They're not going to get you an entry-level position job. Cybersecurity is not entry-level position. Just FYI.
Honestly, I'm starting to look at potential career change stuff because I'm looking at my income and I'm looking at my budget. Like, I'm not going to have enough to fuck off from this country anytime soon. So,
Oh, fuck this country. I'm pissed off at this country. I mean, I know a lot of people are. It's just, I'd rather go back to South Africa at this goddamn point. I have family there, big business there. Why live in this shitty country? I can't even buy fucking eggs. I got eggs in Africa and not here. What the fuck is this? This is the new Africa.
I'm gonna have to put up a poll asking if they want me to make a fucking no egg sound alert.
Oh, I want a no egg sound alert.
Okay, but it'd have to be a high quality one. Fuck it. Fuck it. I will fucking custom order a goddamn no eggs animation, custom voice, and I will somehow or another get somebody to fucking sing it.
I want it to be Hammerhand.
Singing Hammerhand?
Yes. He's gonna laugh his ass off. You know.
He probably will. Alright, fine. I'll fucking rip Hammerhand's voice with AI and auto-tune him to sing no eggs and make that into a fucking redeemable alert for $5.
Perfection.
And then it's going to be a fucking 3-hour stream of nothing but sound alerts and no eggs. Oh, jeez. Well, whatever. That's the thing. Is like, people want to throw the fucking money for a no egg sound alert. Like, I can't really fucking say that I'm a capitalist and espouse the values of capitalism, and then start to act like I have some sort of moral high ground or standards.
Classic move.
If you're gonna say you're a capitalist, you gotta fucking commit to sparkle motion. Like, the only reason that I haven't, like, look, I went through fucking OnlyFans as far as I could get with an anime waifu, okay? Like, I had to commit to that because I'd been fucking saying it so much that I couldn't really back out.
Oh, look, we have a video. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, we'll get back to the video. Hey, hour and 40 minutes in, we'll probably get through the 10-minute video before the 3-hour mark.
Come on, let's go. Yeah.
Places like Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. What they do is they harvest attention and they sell it to advertisers. How do they mine all of this attention? They offer to siphon off some of that attention that they're getting from people scrolling through and give it to artists in exchange for their art. So every time an artist posts their art on one of these platforms, they're essentially working for exposure. Artists do need exposure, but you can't pay the rent with exposure bucks.
Doing the Rockstar.
Okay, so that's what industrialized art has been up to this point, but now we have AI art generators, which completely remove the artist middleman altogether, and I would say it's industrialized art in its purest form. Now, I'm actually okay with AI art generation on a theoretical level, but I've got big problems with the way AI art generators have been created and how they're being used right now. So here's what I'm cool with. Technology that helps people create more efficiently, technology that is created ethically and honestly, and I'm in favor of US companies investing in AI technology.
All right, let's go through his list here. So, the good. Efficiency. Love to be able to train AI, help with laying out comics. To a certain extent, like, yeah. I don't know how effective AI would be at comic layout. Like, getting the composition of an image and then putting that over panels, but from what I've seen, panel design is something that you don't really want to mess around with too much. Like it's not something you want to trust to a machine. You want to do that with a lot of intention. Ethically, ability to opt in or out with your images. Okay. Hey, do you know what the easiest way to opt out of having your images used in AI?
Wait, what? There's a way?
Yeah. Super easy. Don't post it on the internet.
But I won't get clout.
Yeah. Because guess what?
My art won't be one of a kind, and then I can't sell it for $10,000 at this local warehouse full of art that I can sell to an owner.
You're really thinking that that the image you posted on Facebook is also going to sell for $10,000?
Yoink! It's mine now.
You
I'm
already
gonna make an NFT out of that shit.
Yeah, you put that. Guess what? You put that shit out for fucking free exposure. Congratulations, you were paid. Like that's the thing. Like ethically, pay homage for image usage. Like, guess what? I'm paying them exactly the same as they got paid to put that shit on the internet in the first place. They put that shit on fucking Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, whatever.
I just find it amazing. It's the Rockstar method of making money.
How so?
So how most rock stars made their money is actually tours. And usually they barely make any money from selling the rights to any of these music labels to make basically the right to sell their music. They made all their money from tours because people knew them thanks to the basically the stupid corrupted music industry. That's a majority of them. That doesn't work in every industry. And to be honest, I'm pretty sure there's more artists that got screwed over by that system, just like it is with the artists based on what I'm seeing here. Same shit. Doesn't work very well.
Yeah. Also, Mao, watch someone say that we'll just post it. Someone will just post it on the internet anyway. Well, that's the thing. If it doesn't, like, AI shit does not reach into your fucking hard drive and pull it out of your hard drive to put it on the internet. Like, they don't even reach into your fucking Google Drive yet. If you don't post it, the internet can't see it. There's nothing stopping you from printing out a physical copy and putting that somewhere public. Like, nothing stopping you from, going old school and holding private exhibitions of your work. And I'll be honest, for most artists posting their shit on the internet, I'm willing to bet that a private exhibition of their work over the course of one weekend would do more for their art career than a year of Instagram.
Yeah, and you're also networking with people who have experience selling art.
Yeah, like just in my town alone, like there are two places two separate places where I could have my art like put up on the wall for a while. Like at the very least a weekend, or I could probably even arrange some kind of expo. If I had a bunch of paintings or prints to put up, I could probably do it. Fairly fucking reasonably.
You may just meet a client there. Like, there's a lot of rich people that go to these big ass art galleries. Look in Florida, Miami. Holy shit, the boat show. That is the best time to sell art. The boat show. Oh man, one time I was able to sell at least $2 or $3 million worth of painting on the boat show. That's there for a whole week. Horrible traffic, but goddamn, the commission was amazing.
Yeah, like, again, like that's the thing. Like, this stuff can work. And then of course there's private commission work. Like I've had some of my viewers actually ask, "Hey, can you like use the AI to make this custom image or avatar?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then they shoot me like sometimes a fairly obscene amount of money considering how much effort I put in, but like hell, I made it pay what you want and they did. Like, that's the thing. You either like you make your money with art either by doing private exhibitions to sell your work or you do commissioned work. That's where you make your money in art. And now the third option, like here, like for the good, used for the good of humanity.
Wait, what? Where? Oh, he actually has that there. Oh,
Yeah.
come on.
Like what the ever good of humanity how?
Does that benefit you? How? Oh, look, I save a single mother, and now the kid is jacking me 5 years later.
Yeah, like, what the fuck does good of humanity translate to? Because like hey,
Not just to
people,
make money.
like
Like, it literally is right there. I see it. Not just to make money. Really? Excuse me, Mr. Cuck.
yeah.
Well, I shouldn't call him a cuck, but I'm sorry. He
I-
looks like one.
He does, but just he's got the face for it, unfortunately, and unfortunately, a lot of people in the art industry do. Very sad state of affairs. But good of humanity, what? Just okay.
Good
like,
humanity. Yeah, let me help more single mothers.
Yeah, good of humanity. Hey, well, like, the whole point of money is to fucking take the fucking time and effort out of it, because okay, I'm trying to fucking sort out exactly how to say this specifically, but like, look, some people benefit from beautiful landscapes. Some people benefit from horrifying nightmare fuel. Some people benefit from sexy anime titties. Sometimes it's the same person, just at different times. So, what the fuck art is for the good of humanity?
I will make an argument that making money is good for humanity because that
Like,
means
here's the
you're
thing. Like,
successful and you can buy shit.
yeah, no, here would be my counter argument. Look, why the fuck shouldn't someone primarily be focused on making money for the good of humanity? Because if it's so good, then why the fuck aren't people willing to pay more for it? Why should the artist have to sacrifice money to make work for cheaper for the good of humanity? Why can't people open their wallets wider for the good of humanity to pay more for such art?
Because they don't care.
Yeah, precisely. Like that's the burden is on the fucking creators. Like, no. I'm gonna fucking work for more money. If you want some piece that's good for humanity, pay me.
It's like that argument where it's like, we need less people. Okay, are you gonna die? No. So who's gonna die? You. It's like, yeah, you die.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Also,
trying to save the planet here.
Steve Sanchez. There's an Italian artist who made $18,300 by selling an invisible statue. Literally nothing. Rich will pay a lot for ridiculous art. Steve, there's
No.
There's a name
You
for
go.
that. It's called money laundering.
Yes, I've done it. Let's just say I'm very aware of that. Very aware.
It's like right now, like Hunter Biden's art is selling for insane amount of money, but no one is admitting to buying it, and the art dealer refuses to say. It's like it's money laundering. Like most of the professional fucking big art with a capital A world is just money laundering between rich people.
And a way to get it from donations. There you go. That's the most common one. Oh, we had a big donation. Wow. How can we take that donation and put it in our pockets? Oh, wait. That's art right there. Okay. Now we can just. There we go. Most common method is donation.
Yeah, like
Your
oh,
money,
yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, like a shit ton of money is donated to a museum. That museum decides to buy some questionable piece of art from someone who just so happens to also be somewhat good friends with a connection to the museum. Like that's the thing. Like, it's not what you know, it's who you know. You're probably going to sell more of your art by making connections personally with galleries and museums and rich people than you are like actually trying to do it by the metric of fucking popularity or general work. Like fuck guys, like that's just the reality. Like but what would you rather do? Fucking be part of an elaborate money laundering tax evasion scheme or be selling 3 hours of your work for $5 a job on Fiverr?
And be homeless.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've admitted I have a price that I can be bought at, and artistically, like if I'm gonna make a living with art, I'm gonna be doing fucking shady shit for rich people rather than basically being like a fucking bottom feeder competing with basically a whole ton of let me give an analogy for Fiverr. By and large, it's a whole bunch of maggots feeding on a corpse.
Ugh. I mean, I use Fiverr, but for IT stuff.
Yeah, well, again, like, race to the bottom, isn't it? Like people are trying to say, "Hey, I'll do more work for less money than the next guy."
And I have a huge problem with my students doing it like that as well, where they're like, they sell themselves for like literally $1 an hour for fucking making a website. And I'm just there like, are you getting any clients? And this is the most surprising thing. Guess what they say?
I never thought about that.
Just guess what my students tell me
No,
back. And they do
did.
$1 an hour.
I did. I guessed that when you bring that up to them, they say, "Well, I never thought about that."
No, no. They literally said no one asked for the service. Because in Fiverr, they have to like get a client and they get 0 clients because they put $1 an hour.
Well, that's the thing, because like people are gonna like if you look at something like, "Oh wow, this person's $1 an hour. What the fuck's wrong with them?"
Exactly.
Like
I literally told them that. You put $25 an hour, and trust me, you're gonna get a click. And I mean, 1 out of 5 of them will get it, because I'll be honest, most of them are XY. But yes,
well, yeah, there's that aspect too. Fuck, I remember I went into a fucking photo place, like, and I handed in my portfolio with all my fucking fashion photo editing shit. Uh, but do you think that they took a fucking dude with multiple years of Photoshop experience, and do you think that they put him editing photos?
I don't know anymore. This world is so clown world. I have no
No,
clue anymore.
no, they put him in the back working the fucking printing machines and sorting machines.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, right. Because you don't give that much of a shit about your fucking quality, but you need someone who can stand for 8 hours a day.
I mean, that's getting really rare nowadays. Let's just be honest, especially here in America.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. That's the thing. Is like you come in like, yeah, I've got multiple years of Photoshop experience. Yes, but you can also stand for 8 hours a day. So We can find a whole bunch of people who can't do that and have Photoshop experience. But if you're willing to work for us, then fuck it. Here, go learn how to use fucking print machines that you've never touched before.
Sorry, I said it. Actually, no, don't say that again. Just continue. I was messaging someone. I'm actually somewhat working, but
Yeah, it's all good. All right, yeah. So now we'll see what he says the bad is for fucking AI.
To secure a better future for humanity. And here's where I have problems. Number one, AI art generators use data sets that have billions of images acquired without the consent of creators. Number two, AI companies who use these data sets are making money off of these stolen images and have no system in place to compensate or credit the creators they've stolen from. And number three, it's really about the potential of how this technology can be misused, and it's actually quite frightening. If an AI company that has zero regulations that it has to worry about on regulations on where they can source the images or who they pay for images, then imagine that they've somehow acquired your personal photos, stuff that you've uploaded to Google Drive or to Apple's cloud or something like that.
Yeah, he's getting right into it. So, usage without consent. It was posted on the internet. That was the consent. I've made a video ranting about this.
I agree 100%. Like, what? I'll be honest, I wanted to yell, but when I first saw it, it's like, wait. I can physically see it.
Usage without compensation and credit. Pinterest does the exact same thing.
No regulation. So you're telling me I can't draw, Biden doing what he likes to do?
Well, he's saying like, well,
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
Nothing's stopping people from like reaching into your Google Drive and getting your personal photos and putting them in the fucking, image model. Like, okay, look, your personal fucking photos. Like, look, the fucking family photo of you and your kids, it does, like, if that's loaded into a fucking random model on Midjourney, I cannot find that image. I cannot recreate that photo. Like, this fucking argument is fucking bullshit. Like, it is. You can't recreate it. You can't pull it out. Like, the best, like, I don't even know if you can extract from an image model. I don't think you can, really, because I think it's just a whole bunch of data that trains the image, but it's basically a whole bunch of numerical weights.
It's lost in the waves of seas, basically, of data.
Yeah, it's beyond lost. You can't find it. You couldn't recreate it. You couldn't extract it. Even if every single family photo in existence was put into a fucking image model, so what?
Who asked you to put it there in the first place? No offense.
Yeah, and like, let's be honest. If you're putting fucking naked pictures of your children on Google Drive, that's on
Wait,
you.
what? No, don't say that.
Hey, fine, fucking, like, just regular pictures of your kids, like, because that's what people would be concerned. Oh no, the fucking scary people on the internet hacked my Google Drive and got pictures of my children at their 10th birthday party and shit. Why the fuck did you leave that shit on the cloud?
It pisses me off when I see my cousins take all these images and videos of my nieces and my other cousins, and I'm just thinking to myself, they're not consenting to this. They have no idea what the internet is yet, and some weirdo is going to find it one day.
Yeah, like fucking like Facebook and TikTok. That like what? You're okay with fucking uploading pictures of yourself and your 3-year-old kids to fucking TikTok for clout? Oh, but someone going into your Google Drive and getting your images, oh, that's crossing a fucking line.
I got a solution to this problem, but I'm not allowed to say it.
Yeah, don't put your fucking shit on the internet.
What? That's too hard. I must show my ass and have my kid's face on the left side of the panel.
Yeah, people are so fucking addicted to clout that they're selling out their data and the data of their children who can't consent to it. Like, fuck. Like one guy I know, he recently got a dog, and he's taken a shit ton of pictures of this dog. And all his fucking friends are apparently harassing him on Facebook, accusing him of not loving the dog because he's not posting all those photos on Facebook.
Wait, what?
Like, wait, they're saying you don't love your dog. You're not taking any photos of them. It's like he's like, no, I love this puppy. I am absolutely taking a bunch of photos. I'm just not putting them on Facebook for all of you to ogle at.
I mean, isn't that like actual love? It's like, I'm not taking this for fucking clout. I want these memories.
Yeah, but
I'm not going to
that's-
share these memories to you. This is for me. What, you
That's-
want to show? Oh, okay, I can't. I want to say it. I'm going to say it. You want to be a cuck and let your wife be all naked on the internet? Fuck no.
That's the thing. It's like it's this mentality that people have nowadays that your shit needs to be a public demonstration of fucking everything to be considered real. Like, privacy is now like not only not even expected, you're expected to be a fucking exhibitionist with everything that you do.
I'm telling you, it's the communists.
Well, I mean, not entirely wrong, because if the communists are very much against ownership of private property, why not private moments, private memories?
You're not allowed to have private memories. Unacceptable. You must share it so we know we need to. I mean, not, Minecraft you, but maybe, just maybe.
At the very least, fucking ostracize you, prevent you from getting work, and well, that's kind of the way it is with social media. Because, like, think about it. You apply for a job these days. What's the first thing they do? Run your name through fucking social media. Check your Facebook. Check your Twitter. Check your Instagram. Who the fuck are you? What are your politics? Do they line up? If they see that you're a fucking blank slate, that's a red flag to them. Not having an active social media profile can hurt you getting into jobs these days.
Look at me. I actually had that problem a long time ago. And I remember the human resource person telling me, "Wow, I can't believe you're a good worker." And I was like, "Why?" It's like, "Well, you don't have anything on Facebook." And I'm just there like, "That's your criteria?" Like,
Like, wouldn't it be the
fucking
other way
bitch was
around? Like, wouldn't you say someone who spends a lot of time on social media is less likely to be a good worker because they're far more likely to use their work time to post shit on fucking Facebook?
Well, let's just be frank here. How many X and Y's we have in human resource?
Uh,
Like they know what value
yeah,
is.
X and Y's. Like, let's be honest. The reason that they don't put X and Y's in human resources is because X and Y's are too valuable to waste in human resources.
Like, really? Why would you put such a good, perfect, strong person in such a weak position? Like, it's just a bullshit job. It
Yeah,
always
no,
been a bullshit job.
yeah, the whole point of HR is just to put double X's somewhere where they're theoretically not going to do that much damage. And I was like, oh, hey, yeah, now your company's full of fucking communists. This is what you get for putting a double X in charge of your hiring practices.
What happened to the good old days when you just get to the hiring manager and it's just the next big dude and you're like, yeah, let's get shit done. Can you get the
Well-
job done? Yes, you're hired. Not
Well,
anymore.
Well, that's not the way it is for white collar. Like, I've been working in construction industry for a while. That's basically like, you fucking, like, shit. I fucking, last thing, I literally just posted my resume online, and the fucking owner of the job called me up asking for a fucking interview.
Yeah, I mean, I've done construction as well with my dad. Yeah, I know. It's just, can you get it done? That's all they care about. Can you
Yeah.
get it done? And what's the price?
Show up on time, do what you're told, be consistent. Don't piss everyone else off too much.
Well, those last two are pretty difficult from my experience, but yes.
Like honestly, if you get to a point where you're, I mean, honestly, you can piss a lot lot of people off in the fucking construction industry because like, they're hard up for people that way, and you're kind of expected to have a thick skin.
Oh no, they will punch you in the face if you offend them. Or worst of all, I've almost
Oh,
gut punched someone in the face because I do flooring, and some fucker put cement on top of the fucking floor because they were doing the balcony and it was dripping down. And all that hard work I did on fucking tile, I'm just there ready to get the shovel and just smash his fucking face. Just smash it to goo.
like I'll be honest, to be personally, I would fucking put that blame on the project manager for having fucking concrete being poured above someone who's actively doing flooring.
Yeah, you have a good point. It's just one of those things where I'm like, wait, why is there concrete here? And I see them working, and the guy was just like, not my problem, which is true. It's not his problem. I guess you have a good point. I'll still piss off. I don't care. That was my job.
Oh yeah, no, like absolutely. Like, but to me, like that is very much mismanagement. like, like
That
at
is
the
in the past. I can laugh about it, but man, I really wanted to murder him.
Oh yeah, no, like there's some days where like it could come to blows, but it's like, look, I don't think I'm in. Like, I know I'm not in that secure position with this job where I can fucking punch the shit out of somebody and still have a job tomorrow. Like, and then it gets funny because I hear like, oh, you know, we're in 2023 now. Like, you can't say such harsh words. I was like, no, look, I ain't some fucking snowflake. I know I'm a millennial, but I ain't that much of a fucking snowflake. My understanding is that back in your day, saying shit like that would get somebody punched in the face. So, you know what? I'll fucking take that shit without complaint, so long as I get to punch the dude in the face without complaint.
You said bad words. You cancel.
Yeah, like, I can't cancel my fucking, like, look, if I can't punch my coworkers in the face, then there's limit to the shit that they can say to me. Like, that's the trade-off. You let me punch them in the face and settle it myself? Fine.
Gray, let's finish the video. I gotta go soon.
Yeah, 2 hours in, we got 5 minutes to go.
Who knows? where
Look,
they're
we're making
getting
on
images,
Dick Runner
but
happy here, okay?
say they're able to acquire them. Those images are then available to be used for scams, for false endorsements, or even like blackmail.
Okay.
Blackmail?
Scams, false endorsements, blackmail from AI, from fucking extracted family photos. Do you know how this shit works, you fucking moron? Like, what the ever-loving fuck? Like, you could say the exact... It would be easier to do that shit with fucking Photoshop. This is not an AI-exclusive problem.
Hold up. Give me 1 minute. I got a screenshot of this cock. Let me just put a phallic-looking symbol next to the mouth. There's your blackmail.
Like... Okay. Like, but okay, that's it. You could do that. Now, what I could do is I could grab a screenshot of this cuck right here and now. I could get a screenshot of a dick from my favorite Pornhub video. I could then Photoshop said dick into such a position on this guy's mouth, and then I could run it through AI to make it look seamless. I don't know if you've seen my Eliza Murphy post, but AI is really, really good at making Photoshop look believable.
I'll be honest, I haven't, but I believe you.
I recommend.
I'm not getting your stuff anymore, which is annoying me. I have to manually look.
Yeah, double check that the notifications are turned on, but I know that every now and again, like I'll randomly drop a subscriber for some reason, so I'm pretty sure Susan's fucking with me.
Well, she ain't around anymore.
Oh, sure, true. I guess it'd be Neil now. Neil's fucking with me.
Yeah, but he's worse than her.
Well, yeah, but he's also a dude, so we can criticize him without being accused of sexism, just racism.
Oh, you got a good point. Some progress. Not
Yeah.
really, but sure.
Yeah, like now we can only get called racist, not sexist. Shit, you know
All right,
what? You know,
let's finish this cock.
if we advocated hard enough, I wonder if we could get him ousted for another woman. Just constantly have YouTube's management changed out.
Like I look, I think it's about time YouTube gets a African American trans person from Mars representing YouTube.
Hey, clearly, we need the Speaker of the House. Like that is who the next head of YouTube needs to be.
Bro, I laugh my ass off every time from Memenology, I think is the name of the
Memeology
channel.
101.
Oh, every time I see that lady's face, I'm like, I must see it.
Yeah, no. Okay, fucking. My personal favorite is that she straight up called Canada Canada
Canada.
on television.
Canada.
Canada.
We need to Canada.
Yeah, cooperation with Canada. Speaker of the House, ladies and gentlemen.
The finest English for this country. The finest.
Yeah.
And diverse.
Totally not a fucking diversity hire. She's absolutely qualified for the position.
Look, all I'm gonna say is I'm happy for diversity hires because it gives me more work.
I mean,
You'll be surprised.
Oh no, no!
Literally, I was wondering why they didn't hire me last year for the last few months, and apparently I found out from like what are they called, whistleblowers, I guess, not really whistleblower, but inside or whatever.
Leaker?
And they told me, oh, they hired leaker, yeah, and he knows me very well, and he's like, yeah, they hired someone else who is you're not gonna believe what I'm gonna say, is a trans Muslim, and I'm just there like, huh? And they try to replace me with this dude. Sorry, they, them. And the work is horrific. And he also used GPT or whatever it's called.
Oh, Chat GPT. That is next week's talk. Honestly, there has been. Ooh,
Like, now I understand why my boss is so pissed off, because it's like the work was horrible. Because not only did he use the chatbot incorrectly, he didn't even double check any of the work. Just paste it there. I'm just like, that's stupid. So now I'm getting paid a shit ton of money to fix this work, and now I have a year of employment because of that bullshit. Like, hey, wait the game, guys. Like, if you have value and they know you have value, they will hire and pay top dollar. And they will let the diversity hires scream and yell all they want, but you're making the money. Just remember this trick. Don't work hard. Make sure you stretch the contract long as possible or work, and you will do excellent. Because at the end of the day, if you're making the product, they ain't going to get rid of you until they're forced to.
And I guess I'd add on to that. Don't work paycheck to paycheck. Always make sure that you try to have enough saved up for 6 months, ideally, that you could go 6 months without work, because that allows you to control your job opportunities. And that way, if they do get you with a diversity hire, then you can just fucking coast as long as is necessary, and then make more stringent demands when they inevitably need you back.
I mean, I wouldn't rely on that, but if you have multiple jobs where you did that, they come back to you eventually.
Yeah.
Or you just find something better. Like,
Yeah.
end of the day, there's always going to be some diversity hire causing issues that you can fix. And I understand, I work in IT industry. People get pissed off about that. I used to get pissed off, but then I realized something. And it comes from experience. That means fucking money. Problem equals money. There you go. If there's no
Right.
problem, there's no money.
That's actually quite true. Like, this is something that, like, let me bounce this philosophy idea off you. See whether or not it makes sense. Every business should have the ultimate goal of eliminating its client base and closing up shop. Does that make sense?
Don't understand it.
All right, so let's say, say your business is to get homeless people off the street. Like, that is your business. Your objective
Oh,
should
I
be
get it now.
to get rid of all the homeless people on the street, and thus there is no longer a purpose for your business.
Yeah. It's like the other money laundry that's going on in Seattle, which I also know a lot about because I have worked for some colleges over there.
It's
$2
like,
million toilet.
well, but that would be the other thing. Like, ideally, a business should be like trying to essentially like make it so that all of its clients are satisfied completely, and thus the clients don't need anymore. Like if you like look at Apple, like they have fucking planned obsolescence, and they constantly need to be making like new shit and making their old shit fucking break and breaking compatibility. Because were they to actually do their job properly on paper, then they'd just get everyone an affordable iPhone, and then they'd have no one else to sell shit to.
Yeah, it's the same thing in the medical industry. Why sell the cure when the treatment is more profitable?
Exactly, but
It's literally taught in medical school.
yeah, which, although I think part of that too is because like the medical field is essentially a monopoly. Like, let's be honest, if people could be cured by non-doctors, then doctors would go out of business.
Yeah, and that's about right. Like, there's a lot of treatment out there that's actually better. I'm not gonna say what they are because obviously I don't want the channel getting shut
Oh,
down, and I know because I literally have family members that are doctors.
I can actually give a recommendation, actually, for burns. Bear fat.
Oh, I was gonna say egg whites, but bear fat, yeah.
Egg white's probably a similar thing, but yeah, apparently bear fat is better for healing burns than off the market, like than fucking medical grade off the shelf shit.
Well, then if I ever hunt down a bear by accident, I guess I will use that.
Well, no, like if there's an Indian reserve nearby, that's where you get it.
Oh, they sell it.
Yeah,
I have an Indian friend. I asked him if he can get some for me.
yeah, like Native, First Nations, Aboriginals, North America, Native North Americans,
Hey
whatever the
man, I'm
fuck you call
scared to
it.
go any of those tribes. Okay, like I'm a big ass target for them.
Well, like I think, like I've got a guy who's, I think he's technically Métis. He's the one who told me about that because, well, that's the thing. Like, if you work in an industry that heals, like, if you're medical and you heal shit like burns, like, people are gonna get burned. Like, fucking heat damage is just a fact of life. So, that's the thing. Where you're gonna get perpetual clients, you're never gonna run out. But let's see if this guy manages to dig himself an even deeper fucking hole, because again, like people grabbing shit off your fucking Google Drive, like that is not something that is an AI problem. It just,
It's in the video. Is the symptom. Yeah, you're the symptom too.
yeah, like again, because who are the number one? Like, this I think this before, and does this make sense? The people who are most threatened by AI art are artists who primarily make their money by teaching amateurs.
Hey, that sounds like me, but in IT.
Well, but here's the thing, because how many like artists start learning art, like they pay for all these courses just to learn how to make their original characters.
Actually, I have no clue.
Probably, I'd say it's more than a few. Like people, like they get interested and they're like, "Oh, hey, I'd like to have some art of my OC, but I'd also like to learn how to make it." Well, guess what? AI art makes it so that you don't need to spend years of work to get fucking passable art.
That I would agree. And it's a great benefit. We talked about it before. You can have a real artist draw exactly what you want. Well, not exactly, but close enough. Like you have in your mind, you get it close enough with the AI art, commission someone, done. Unless you can somehow fine tune it.
Well, with the commission, no, with AI art, yes, you can. Like what so here would be the thing. So the stable diffusion stuff, I had like my avatar. Ideally, I wanted to have purple skin. Like that's just the thing. Purple ghost, purple skin. I aimed for that. The stable diffusion model that I use for a bunch of my anime stuff does not like purple skin. It like the more complex I try to make the requirements for the image, the more likely the skin is going to go to generic anime pale.
What are they? Racist towards purple people?
And it's just that there aren't that many people don't draw that many purple people.
Goddamn bigots. Like green people too. And skins.
No, okay.
The most disgraced race existing.
Oh no. There's I can attest. There's a lot more fan art of green skins out there than there are purple skins.
Oh, I guess the purple. Maybe you want to change your color.
Hey, no, like look, fucking orc and goblin waifus have made it so that green skins are well represented in the fan art industry.
I blame Goblin Slayer for this.
No, I would not blame Goblin Slayer for goblin waifus. Like they came about long before that. You can blame anime in general, but not Goblin Slayer.
I'm thinking differently. I'm like, oh look. Actually, you know what? No, I'm wrong. What is that slime thing? That's probably where it came from.
Yeah.
I got that one.
That time I was reincarnated as a slime. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That hot Gobhoblin was somewhat hot.
Yeah. Like that one definitely brought around another round of the fucking goblin waifus.
It was a good tickle.
Condor, why are you the gray ghost when you have a purple aesthetic? I think it's because my original name was Gray Walker. Then when I was brought into the warband, Chronic gave the name the Gray Ghost, and the art he commissioned had me being a purple Kush cloud. So that's just how it ended up being.
I mean, he got white hair. Good enough.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the hair being like white, gray, silver. That's how I keep the whole like gray aspect to it, because it was like purple ghost, kind of gray eyes, like glowing white gray eyes, and black beanie. So I added it into the hair.
Oh shit! It's 9:20 for me.
Right.
Can we finish the cook? It's already
God.
bad enough I have to look at him.
Yeah, I got it. Well, yeah, we'll blitz through the next couple minutes here.
Someone could
be careful.
generate an image with your face on it that says, look, so-and-so supports this, or so-and-so has done this. That's just like one of the many ways that it can be misused. All right, so what can artists do about this? First, let's look at the big picture stuff. I want you to realize that there's really no stopping technological progress. Like, name one technology that's been invented.
Slight criticism. Don't have your camera on fucking autofocus when you have shit in the foreground and background. Find where your fucking face is, set manual focus to your face, and then leave it at fucking manual focus so that it doesn't slide out as you move your head back and forth during the video. Because it's going to do that, and it's going to focus on the... Okay, yeah, well, as someone who spent years studying photography, I get anal about this kind of shit.
No. I mean, for him, look. I'm also in the category that you should use focus, but for a cuck like him, that's too much work. I bet he auto-corrects the color too. Auto adjustment, then that stuff.
Well, considering I haven't seen him randomly pop into a different color, like, you're probably right. Fuck. Someone who spent years.
I feel the pain. Yeah. I feel the pain, but
like it would be like
look, most people don't.
It's like you seeing spaghetti code. You know what it's like.
Oh, I don't care. Well, in the past, you're correct. Yes, but now I look at spaghetti code as more work, meaning I'm gonna delay the fuck out of this. I'm gonna make a shit ton of commits. That's the key here for those who work for a big company. Just make a shit ton of small commits, smallest as possible. Literally, you change one line of code, commit. You change some of the spacing, commit that shit. Who cares? None of these hiring managers know what the fuck they're doing. They're all women.
And like adopted by the masses that has ceased to be in use anymore, or if not, has not evolved into something more efficient. You know, we had fax machines, but now we use email, right? So like technology is here to stay, and AI art generation, or the use of AI, it's here to stay. It's not going away. However, historically, the people have had to step in to keep industrialization from destroying everything in its path. So here's 3 things that you can do to help rein in the industrialization of art. Action number 1, engage in or amplify the protests against companies or platforms who are...
Yeah, because that's
Let me
working
mute
out
myself.
so well for Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, I'm losing a lung here. Oh. Engage and support your. Oh, I lived in Africa for fuck's sakes. Did anyone care when I was there helping people? Did people give me a lot of donations? Most of it went to the
Engage in and support protests. Like, seriously, that's what you're gonna fucking do with your free time. Like, you have the time to fucking engage in and support a protest, and you're gonna do it for fucking AI art because that's the biggest fucking issue right now.
All I gotta say is keep giving me those prayer emojis on Facebook. It's helping so much with the kids in Africa.
Absolutely. Like, did you know that one fucking prayer emoji keeps one Ukrainian citizen live for another day?
Is there opposite for that option?
Yeah, it's when you send the prayers to Russia.
Good enough. I'm gonna do enough to get rid of both of them and the American. Now the good Americans you can stay.
Apparently, no. Actually, I forgot. What you can do is you can buy and stream Atomic Hearts, available today. It's made by a Russian company, and apparently, if you play or review or give any attention to that game, then you hate Ukraine. So, yeah. If you want to help Russia, buy and play and talk about Atomic Hearts. Also, it has
Wait, is that a game?
Yeah, sexy robot waifus in Soviet era shit.
Oh, when that goes on sale, I'll buy it.
Yeah, it just went out now, so I don't know how fast it'll be on sale, but
Oh, I'm patient.
yeah, it's not like the war is gonna stop tomorrow.
That's right, guys. Keep putting prayers to end the war.
All right, let's go on. Fucking
working unethically. All right, action number 2, support efforts that...
No. Enough with fucking regulations. No. Okay, I have to say this. You know why Amazon is so successful? Does anyone here know why?
Because the government fucking regulates anyone else out from doing what Amazon's doing.
Exactly. Regulation is only good when it makes sense. And even then, that's a stretch. There are cases when it is.
Regulation enforces monopoly. Like, that's why every time someone says, "Oh no, we live in a capitalist society," it's like, motherfucker, no, we don't.
We do not live in the free market. I hate when people keep telling me we live in a free market. No, we don't. Singapore has a way better free market than what we have. A lot of people don't understand the concept of regulation. Oh, it's to help the younger people and the folks and the farmers. Really? That's really fucking them up right now if you think about it. Where are my fucking eggs? Where's my goddamn fucking eggs?
Yeah, like, when you have fucking farmers who are forced, like, they're basically even the ones like, hey, we can fucking cut your funding, or you can destroy a shit ton of your crops. Choose.
And dump your milk.
Yeah, dump your milk. Fucking dump all your eggs. Burn your crops. Leave your fields to fallow. Fuck up your food supply. Why? Because we own you, and we'll take away your ability to do shit. Yeah, no, fuck, more regulation. Okay, guys, I had literally no idea who this guy was prior to this. I literally just went and found a video with a somewhat interesting title. I was not expecting this much cocketry from it, but at the very least, it's content. 3 minutes. Fucking hell.
That regulate the AI industry through legal action or legislation. All right, and action number 3, it's up to you to educate people on the problems with AI companies. The more people are informed, the more likely the change can happen. Okay, so we've talked about the big picture stuff.
Notice how he doesn't have any examples of anything wrong with AI companies. Educate yourself, because clearly the guy who's telling you to educate yourself doesn't know shit.
Like, it's exactly how they do in school, by the way. Yes, educate yourself in our ways.
Yeah, educate yourself to believe what we want you to believe. Because anything that makes you believe something else is misinformation.
Do you know the sky is not blue? It's been, fact checked on that.
I mean, like, let's be honest. At this point, if I saw on the news or heard on the radio that the sky is blue, if it was announcing that, I would be immediately concerned and go and verify it.
Actually, you know what? I would do the same thing. Now you put in that type of imagery in my head.
Like, I'd be like, mother, this is the one day the sky is going to be fucking green. I know it. I fucking know it.
Oh no, you just made me get. Oh, it's so morbid what I'm thinking right now.
I mean,
The sky is blue, and you see the deep, deep orange, and it's just engulfed everything.
hey, like, let's be honest. I know how much you want to bet in Ohio they're reporting the sky is blue right now.
Yes, yes. Look, it's so clear today. Oh, what's that green tint?
The water is clear, absolutely clear. Water is clear.
Yes, it's LGBTQ plus -8 accepted.
Ohio is the most progressive state right now because the water is rainbow.
Yeah, you can't say no to that. Like, come on. Like, literally, you have to or you die. Oh, well, you die anyway, but hush on that.
God. I make it fucking 20 seconds without him saying some stupid shit.
It's just too easy. It's too easy.
Oh my god. Here we go. Come on. 30 minutes to get through 3 minutes. Come on.
But now there's some personal stuff that you can do, stuff that really only affects you yourself. Since we now live in an AI art world, the artist needs to adapt or die. Here's what you can do to thrive in this new techno dystopia that we're in. Action number 1, keep making art. Action number 2, master your craft. This is something I talk about all the time. You have to know how to make really cool, engaging imagery that get people to stop and look at what you're doing, all right? In order to do that, 2 things: you don't ignore technology, and you do lean in and use traditional tools. Don't ignore technology. Learn to leverage AI for its strengths, or you're going to be replaced by someone who knows how to do that. And number 2 of this, learn and use traditional tools because of their weaknesses, because people are able to see the human hand inside of the work. And lastly,
Human hand. Bullshit.
I legit tried to make the case for utilizing the human hand when I was like, hey, because I learned how to do essentially paint overs of photos, and I tried to make the case for the human hand by recreating, by basically painting over a photo with the human hand so that you could see all the brush strokes and there were the varying levels of focus and details. Do you think anyone, fucking teacher or student, gave a rat's ass for the human hand or the human involvement in the image making process?
There's only one exception. And it starts with B.
I don't get it.
Oh, wait, I'm retarded. Embezzlement does not start with B.
Oh, it starts with, yeah. Like,
No, that's my fault.
yeah. What is it? Like, no. People don't give a shit. They legit asked, like, why not have, like, an AI just do the brush strokes? Like, why do you have to do it all yourself? So no, people do not give a flying fuck about the involvement of the human hand in the creation of the image. They don't. Really,
The only thing I agree here is 2A and 2B. That's it.
one as well. One's pretty good. Then looks like 3 isn't a bad idea. Build a community, fans. Well, not that's the thing. Like building the community is not the issue. You have to build your client base.
They're mixing fame and progressivism to such a stupid, ridiculous thing. It's like, oh, my fans to take care of me. No. Like, no
they won't.
offense. I love Undead Chronic, but do you think Undead Chronic wants to replace his career on the YouTube life and he has to rely on his fans for everything?
Oh God, no! Like he has committed
It's
years into pursuing his career, where he's set to make a shit ton of money. Like we know that he's got rich fucking fans. Like we know, but
but
they're not.
would you want to
going
be in the mercy of them?
the mercy of their ability to supply you? Like no, like even Hammerhand. Like Hammerhand, all the dono money that's going entirely into the project. He's not using that to make ends meet.
Like, it's people forgot how to do business. It's just that simple.
Well,
Simple
it's not
business.
taught.
I'm not talking about learning how to do sales. I'm talking about literally talking to someone saying how much you want for this. And you can say, look, I worked a lot for this. Like, it's that simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's never been complicated.
But that's the thing. But it's the one. It is the one thing that is not taught, if not anti-taught, at schools. I've been through many more years of education than I should have been. They barely taught me how to fucking monetize shit throughout any of it.
And I believe you. It's the same thing here in America. Like, I look, I'll be honest. I was very brainwashed. I was one of those fucking simp boys. I was there. And then some reason I just woke up. I was like, this is fucking bullshit. And ironically enough, it's when I became basically a teacher. That is fucking ironic. I became a teacher and I realized how fucked up the whole system is. And I was like, I must burn it. I just realized I must burn as well.
All right, 2 minutes, 24 minutes.
Action number 3, embrace human engagement and experience by building a community around your work. Now that might be building a fan base for some people. Other people, it might be just finding an employer, an art director, a director who believes in what you're doing, or a publisher, someone who has a system in place for amplifying and sharing artists' work, and you becoming a member of their team. Okay, I want to close with this. In an industrialized art landscape, the art that's made by humans for humans is going to stand out even more. Like, look at it this way. There's no shortage of food in the developed world. Like, if you need calories...
When was this video made?
Hold on. Keep the image. That's perfect face that I want to see.
2 weeks ago, there's no shortage of food in the developed world. Really?
I can't pronounce this guy's name, but I think it's Buckaroo. I 100% agree. You should just buy cheap land and get your own shit, because these are the people who are allowed to vote.
Buckaroo Bonsai. Yeah.
100% true. This is the person who's allowed to vote and not breed. And thank God they can't breed, but you can't solve the voting problem.
177K subs, 20K views.
And getting laid. Ugh.
Well,
Sorry, I just had to make a comment. That's how I roast people.
That's the thing. We can't judge. He might be getting laid, but I don't think that he's the pitcher.
Oh, okay. I got some big bottom feelings now.
AI can't make beautiful sculptures. yet.
You mean like 3D art? Like, you know, literally the 3D printers?
I wouldn't count too much on that. Like beautiful. Well, let's be honest. I'm pretty sure that AI can make more beautiful sculptures than most professional sculptures that get public attention these days.
Yeah, I would agree. End of the day, AI is just a collection of human effort. That's really what it is. Of course, it's going to be better than a human. It's literally billions of people in one. That's how I like to use the analogy. You can't compete against that.
Well, if that's the thing. It's not just billions in one. Like, it is fundamentally the same as the artistic process. Because what do you do whenever you're making something? Oh, you get a shit ton of reference material, shove it into your brain, and your brain tries to combine it all and regurgitate it and combine it with your life experiences to make something that resembles something original.
Oh, wow. Sounds like it's learning.
Yeah, it's
But we have
almost like
to.
it's almost like a neural network mimics how the human brain operates.
How incredible is that?
Yeah, it's
We're
almost like
going
the
to start
technology.
giving it right soon. Just wait and see.
Hey, like you watch Neurosama long enough, you realize that even fucking Twitch streamers are gonna get automated. And I'll be honest, if I fucking knew how to do even half of that shit, I'd get on board with that and just have like a fucking weekly AI stream.
Yeah, you can. No, not one, multiple. Just have a farm of that shit.
No,
Eventually,
I gotta be there to fucking like monitor that shit.
who cares? It's only the ones that make money is the one you should be like, yeah, whatever.
But, look, I can either watch it while it's happening or I can watch it afterwards. Like, if it can do a couple months where I don't need to hold its hand that much, then maybe I'll just try walking away from it. I mean, fuck, Twitch Plays Pokemon made a goddamn fortune, and that was entirely hands off.
I mean, for God's sakes, all the workers in Twitch are probably Sims. They're like, oh, shake that fake ass. Yeah.
Okay, Twitch banned the word simp. They are absolutely simps.
It's basically the saying those who say they're the king are not the king.
Absolutely. Okay, minute and a half, almost done.
The food industry has made sure food is accessible to everyone. Like if you need a burger quick and cheap, there's a McDonald's on the corner over there.
I'll let that sink in, and then we'll continue.
I'm gonna shut up. I'll be here for a fucking hour after you said that. Someone who literally went to Africa to help people who are literally starving because you guys gave likes and prayers.
Well, unfortunately, that one of the problems with Africa is that the more food you send them, the more kids they have.
Exactly. And they don't know how to use condoms.
Like, or they also realize that, hey, I get sent this much food when I have 5 kids, so if I have another 2, I'll get even more.
Yeah, they don't care. Most of them don't care about their kids. I got horror stories, but
Well, like
for
let's
far
be honest,
future.
neither do like most single mothers these days. Because same, like, yeah, well, I could use an extra 500 a month. I'll get knocked up twice and then appeal to the government for more taxpayer dollars.
Man, I cannot wait until I can just get my own land, pay minimum property taxes. I'll be in the middle of fucking nowhere, making money online, just enough to sustain myself, have backup everything, and let society fucking burn. I don't care if it never burns. I just really want to be away from this degeneracy. I'll be the fucking monk in the mountain. Fuck this shit.
I think I'm gonna have to pursue AI to try to do it that way because I ain't got enough time to learn anything else at this rate. It seems to be a wheelhouse I enjoy. Minute and a half, almost done.
Now, just because McDonald's industrialized hamburgers, that doesn't mean that I stopped going to my favorite Indian food restaurant. Like recently, I met with my friends at this restaurant, and it was packed with people. We didn't meet at a McDonald's where the food was cheaper, where it was faster, and where it was more consistent. The reason we didn't, it's because the Indian food restaurant that we went to offers a richer experience. And I want to point out this thing that Seth Godin said very succinctly in an episode of his podcast. What he said was, industry is about depersonalizing things in pursuit of efficiency. Hospitality is about personalizing things in pursuit of a richer experience. People aren't looking for calories, they're looking for humanity.
No.
I got so much to say about this. Now, for hospitality, that is true. I did work in the hospitality industry, but there's one major problem. Half of it is true, but they also expect it to be cheap as well.
Yeah, okay, like here's the thing. People aren't looking for calories, they're looking for humanity. Okay, no, look. In the same day, I will be like, hey, I feel like having some food that I'm going to enjoy. So I'll spend a bit of time cooking up like a fucking burger or some sausages. Like I'll make myself something enjoyable and add my own spices and sauces, etc. And then sometimes I'm like, I just need raw calories because I'm trying to bulk. So I toss some fucking mass gainer, water, and butter into a bowl, whip it up, and eat that shit like cookie dough.
But your humanity.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But fucking humanity. Guess what? If my humanity is going to cost me an extra hour of my time, I'll sacrifice some of my humanity for efficiency. People want
And no
these things.
offense. If
Like,
I was in an island and I see a big fat dude, I'm getting the nearest sharp object and I'm gonna cut up that fat and eat it. Because I ain't starving. There's your humanity.
yeah, like people people only want humanity once they have a luxury of fucking calories. Humanity is a luxury.
But it's a human right, including water. No, it isn't. It's called survival of the fittest. Granted, I do agree with some things, like maybe we should have opportunity for people to actually exceed. Because in the day, that means we all succeed in
Now,
some weird way.
here's the thing. Human rights, that's the social contract. The human rights are supposed to be agreements that the government is going to protect our ability to get XYZ, water, shelter, safety, etc. They're supposed to provide that, and in exchange, we accept that they own us and we are going to regularly give them a chunk of our income and we're going to protect them. That's the trade off. If the government is violating their half of the social contract by not providing us with the fucking human rights that they fucking agreed to, then they broke the social contract and they aren't entitled to any of our shit.
Well, that's been for a very long time. Let's
Yeah,
just
it
be
has.
frank.
But that's the thing. Like, and the government's used to that arrangement where they can do whatever the fuck they want, and the people aren't gonna do what they, by all rights, should be doing.
I mean, let's just be, honest here. It's not worth doing. I'm not saving this country. Let it rot.
Well, that's the problem is there's not going to be that necessary critical mass until there's a lot more pain.
Oh yeah, no, let the pain train come. I live in Africa. I'm used to things collapsing and shit. Like I'll be fine.
Oh yeah, that is, yeah. Like, you get accustomed to this kind of shit, but that's the thing. Like the people who, like, let me put it this way: most people who would do that, like, they are the ones who have things to lose that they're not willing to lose. And it's not until those things are taken away from them that they're going to do something. So
Yeah, that's why the many governments are always scared of men that have nothing to lose, especially when they're young.
well, I think that they're going to learn very, very fast what happens when, because, well, but let's be honest, that's what they're making the huge mistake right now, taking so many kids away from their fathers. Best case scenario for the government, those fathers decide to move on in the more permanent sense, because then no longer a threat, although, no income. But when you get to the point where you have a whole bunch of fathers with starving children, yeah, you'll find out pretty fucking fast. Like,
Hockey mask time?
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like a man with nothing to lose is one thing, but I think that what you're also going to find is close to as dangerous is a man in the process of losing something precious with the ability to save it.
There you have a good point.
All right, 30 seconds. We're almost done.
Okay, so artists, if your goal is to serve a billion hamburgers, you're gonna have to industrialize. But if your goal is to serve humanity, you've already got everything it takes. That's it for today. See you next time.
Thank God.
Good luck serving a population of 8 billion with personalized homemade shit.
Oh, but tastes like shit anyway.
Here, let me put something a little nicer up on screen.
Ah, yes, please. Something to cleanse this cuckery. Like, oh my God.
Cleanse the fucking visual palette.
Oh,
There you go.
like, what's going on with our men? Like, look, I get it. I was somewhat of a cuck. Well, I can't say I'm really a cuck, but at least a fucking simp at some point. And even I got out of it very quickly when I realized this is not worth the fucking squeeze. And to make things even better for me, bitches love men that treat them like shit. I still don't get it to this day. I don't
Uh,
care.
I
Whatever.
think it's I think that it's something like the imposter syndrome. Like women know that they do terrible fucking things all the goddamn time, and so when a guy treats them nice, it's like they know that they don't deserve it. They know that they do not deserve to be treated that nicely. So when there's like, I wish that a guy could see me for who I am on the inside. And guys think like, oh well, she must be so special and nice. Like, no, dude, she wants you to actually look past her fucking facade and see that she's a fucking piece of shit and treat her as such.
Sounds about right. You know what? That analogy is perfect because I have seen good women before.
Yeah, and good
Granted, they're
women.
usually a lot older, but they're usually with their man and they're not a single mother
Yeah,
and they went through hard times and they took care of the kids.
yeah,
Very rare.
and you treat them with like you treat them with like the respect that they have
Earn.
earned through their behavior. Like they act
100% agree.
they act in a dignified way. It's like, okay, I'll treat you with respect and dignity because you've shown as such. But most women don't act that way. So, yeah,
They get what they deserve.
absolutely.
Oh, I don't care about that. I already got one girl. I've been with her since I was 21. Eh, it's working out. If it doesn't, I'm going straight monk mode. Just
I'm
monk mode 100%.
yeah, for me, like save up. If I can fucking establish myself in a different fucking country where the laws are better, get a decent wife and start a family there, great. If not, well, I got a time limit of like 15 years, and if I don't make it by then, fuck it.
Oh,
Gotta be
it's worth
fucking
trying if you really want to have kids. Like I really, really want to have kids,
yeah.
and it's yes, it's stupid. I get it, but
Well,
it's
stupid to
something I
do it.
really want.
Stupid to do it in the West.
Oh, it's stupid no matter where you do it. But you're right. There's levels of degree of stupidity.
I can fuck off to the Philippines, have steady work to support the family there, pump out a bunch of kids, simple life, like that's great. But if not, well, being able to make a shit ton of money and live minimally, that's that's not a bad state to be in. So the way I see it, if I just keep on the path, it doesn't matter how it ends up, I'm gonna win.
Yeah. End of the day, women cannot survive on their own. They just can't.
They're
So
gonna they're gonna
whatever.
learn
Let them
that.
cry.
They're gonna learn that the fucking hard way soon enough.
Yeah, there's a reason why in Africa, uh, patriarchy is doing quite well there. I'm just saying.
Sorry. again, I forget exactly how to phrase it, but I remember an old joke from what was it? It was like one of the more South African countries.
I mean, they're pretty much all a joke, but
Yeah, no, it was more so like you had an African warlord hosting like a foreign dignitary, and the African war and the dignitary is like, I got a great thing going with this road, with this new infrastructure plan, because for every road that's put down, I pocket 20% of what goes into it. And the warlord's like, all right, come here. Takes him to the window, points out at this basically dirt trail, and he goes, "You see that road right there? I pocket 100% of the investment into that."
yep.
All right, we got about 5 minutes left. We actually managed to get through one 11-minute video in 3 hours.
That was very hard to watch for once we got to the half point. I was like, that's harsh.
Yeah, and I had
Wow.
I got three videos queued up, but I'm thinking like
Don't tell me it's the same person.
Oh God, no, three different people completely.
Are they all cucks? Oh, well, you didn't watch them, but I guess whatever.
I hope not.
White artists are fed up.
Yeah,
no comment.
Yeah,
No comment.
we may come back to this in another week, but I think next week we're gonna do Chat GPT.
Yeah, I already dealt with a coworker who used it and got caught, and my boss was so pissed off about it.
So yeah,
And it was
like,
very obvious too. Like, guys, word of advice: do not use ChatGPT for IT. It does not work, at least not yet.
well, I wouldn't use Chat GPT period because it's fucked around with in the back end.
It's just a Google search. That's literally what it is. Like everyone is saying is the fucking shit. It's just a easier way for you to use advanced search features on your search engine. That's all it is.
Okay, you know what? I would actually say that that's giving it too much credit because it's actually gotten questions wrong.
Well, that of course is going to get it wrong because it's just searching on the internet. But it doesn't do any real critical thinking. It's good at bullshitting. That's the best way to describe ChatGPT. Is a good bullshitter.
So, so yeah, I'd say yeah, no, like, we'll do a bit of a deeper dive next week. Like if you're free at this time slot next Tuesday, it'd be great to have you back on.
Let's see. Maybe it's not that I'm working a lot. I'm actually trying to buy land, and I'm just like, bro, I just want to buy land and get the fuck out of. So I'm spending a lot of time how to be building land, getting my own shit, go back to farming. Fuck it. I work IT, and I'm like, I'm fucking done with this shit. I don't care if I make almost 100K or more doing barely jack shit. I'd rather get my hands dirty. I had enough of this degeneracy.
I'll probably actually send you a web link after this too. Some stuff might actually be helpful.
Oh, that would be awesome. Like, look, I'm done. I am okay just getting a hoe and smashing it on the fucking floor.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on, OK Lord, and thank you everyone for coming to my tech talk.
No, Ted Talks is so cocked.
No, it's my
No,
tech
you're better
talk.
than that.
My tech
I
talk.
thought you said Ted. Oh, tech. Sorry, I thought you said TED Talk.
It's an intentional pun. Yes, that's the idea. Thank you for coming to my tech talk. Yeah,
All right, I'm gonna head out.
yeah. Thanks for coming by, OK Lord, and thanks everyone in the chat who stuck around. yeah, I'm gonna do Chat GPT next week. Hopefully, we can get our K-Lord back. But if not, we'll just find another video and kind of go through and dissect what we can. And maybe
I mean, you
I'll
don't
even,
need me.
well, maybe, perhaps not. But I do intend to do a little more research into chatbots in particular. Like now that I'm done with the AI OnlyFans stuff, now I want to work on giving the waifu her own actual chatbot voice.
I forgot the name of it, but there's one that's already out. I have to I remember what it's
Pygmalion
called.
AI and Tavern AI. Those are the ones I'm looking at right now.
Okay. Heard it before on with TFM. What he's using.
Like replica and whatnot.
Yeah, like
That's
his is pretty good.
yeah, that's its own deal. Now I I've been recommended Pygmalion because like that's locally supported. It's the same with Stable Diffusion. I don't want to use AI software that can be accessed by the company. I want something that it's on my computer and I'm the only one that can fuck with it.
That's smart. You're actually doing what all these idiots are doing. Let me just put it there for free. And yeah, let them take my data. Yes. Yes. You're the
Yeah,
product.
yeah, because that's what happened with character AI. Is it has effectively become a filter trainer to filter obscenities rather than like the character bit. Like now all the characters you put there have fucking brain damage, and it's basically just trying to figure out how can I tell whether something is offensive or worth censoring based on context. So anyone who uses character AI right now is a fucking fool.
What happened to my industry? I know what happened, but I just have to accept it.
All right, we just hit the 3 hour mark, so I'm gonna play us out. Night, everybody. Should see some of you Sunday for Elden Ring, and might see you on other streams this week. Peace out, Warband.
Peace.